Okay. I think we're live. I think this is it. Hello! It's been so long, and I miss you all from the bottom of my heart. But I miss my coffee a little bit more. Hey! It is the Dark Cloud Let's Play, Part 3, the OPAR Menace, the Phantom Menace. Today we're going to have a really fun time going through our legendary, world-famous, restaurant-quality Dark Cloud Let's Play. Starting with Xiao exploring what we have left of Mataki Village. Now before we kick it off, let's just make sure we're all good. Because one thing's for sure, it's not a hidden castle stream unless something goes wrong, but that's okay. If it wasn't for mistakes, some of us wouldn't be born. You could laugh, that was a joke. Alright, let's see. It's been a lovely, lovely springtime. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all happy. If it wasn't for mistakes, some of us wouldn't be born. Aha! There we go. Let's just boost up the audio. There we go. Let's see how it is. Now let me know if it's too quiet. We could change it. If the volume is too loud, then we're going to leave it. We're going to blow your ears out today. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Alright, let's jump on in. So we got the eye on the chat. Real quick. Ba-ba-bum. So just a kind reminder that if all goes well, these streams will be coming in once a week. I want to try to manage that. I want to fit it into my schedule like that. I think it's going to be a great time. Annie Bobani. Poor little kitty. Do you have a home? You shouldn't be living in the forest, especially not this one. We know what they do to cats. It could be dangerous here, but if anything, feel free to come back. Our house is hard to miss. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen, but Annie's house, our precious little Annie, is riddled with traps, so I don't know if Xiao wants to go back in there. Might not be a great idea, considering the bear traps and the open flames, but Xiao's a smart cat. I'm sure she'll get around, right? Now, last time we left off, we built quite a bit of Mataki Village. From the Wise Owl Shop to Babunku to even Baron, who we completed. But I think it's time that we go on our Georama getaway and jump into the dungeons to obtain more Atla. Before we go, I think we should probably get one last look of Mataki. Because I don't know if Xiao's coming back. Last time, in a much stickier situation than this, we fed Xiao poison apples. Was it the right thing to do? It wasn't. But was it the funny thing to do? It sure was. And laughing at Xiao's expense is the Dark Cloud Compendium way. Now this is Dark Cloud Enhanced with a long laundry list of improvements. Just want to keep an eye on the chat. There we go. We have Elvis Ayala. Not just restaurant quality, it's gourmet. Hey, we try. And if I'm able to make the viewers happy, then that's the most important thing in the world to me, right? So what do we got here? I think it's really, really difficult to do these dungeons without the Dran's Feather. Now, one part of Dark Cloud 2's development that really rubs me the wrong way is some of the improvements from Dark Cloud that they didn't carry into Dark Chronicle. Notably, the Dran's Feather. It's the absence of the Dran's Feather makes sense, right? From a lore perspective, there is no Dran, but I think they could have went about two different ways of mitigating that issue. One, they could have taken the Final Fantasy approach and just labeled it like a Phoenix Down. You know, make Dran more of a lore character, right? Just somebody mentioned by name. The same way, you know, you use like mellow bananas and all those other items. But unfortunately, they didn't do that. The second thing, which is a little bit more disappointing, is In Dark Cloud 2, the name of the game is the invention system. I really wish they would have had some sort of way to invent like speed boots or something, some sort of like a speed powder perhaps. The limitless imagination was never truly tapped in with Dran's Feather's absence, but what can you do? What we can do though is we could level up our Wise Owl Sword. So there is quite a bit that we have to get up, from Thunder to Holy, from Plants and Hunter as well. The good thing is, let's see if this covers anything. No, it doesn't, eh? The good thing is we have plenty of Thunder. So let's electrify this stream and drop it in there. Bing bam boom. Level 1 in the room. Here we go. We got our first gold star. It's like we're in kindergarten again. Our gold star sticker. Okay. Well, we got a little close to tone there. You know what? We'll let it be. Oh, we really got to empty out the backpack, eh? We should have done that beforehand. Okay. I think the key to it all is really just dumping out all this water. There we are. Should be good now. Johnny Graphics, good to have you here. Weapons Remorse. It's always a great stream when you see familiar faces, right? There we go, jumping on in. Amazing, we have our river, so it is important that we connect the river to bring back Trent. That's one of my favorite aspects about Mataki Village, is just being able to connect that river. I think it was a really cool idea, because going from no rune, where you just complete the village with no real stipulations, now they start gradually putting things on you like, hey, you will be able to finish, but you have to do it in a certain way. Dark Cloud 2 took that idea and really ran with it, maybe a little too far. I think Balance Valley could be a little annoying. It got in the way of creativity. I don't know, what do you all think? So I think the Georama system in Dark Cloud 1 is more limited, but it's better overall just because you don't have to deal with elements, right? Those elements are really, really tricky. We have Flea. Oh, one of my favorite monsters in this dungeon. Look at him. So jolly as he bounces around. Let's bomb the hell out of him. You'll be jolly in hell. Alright, let's go. Oh, son of a gun. That's okay. That's okay. So it is really a pity, it is really a shame we didn't get Shao Steve quite yet, right? Come on, Steve, baby. What do we got? Alright, my fate is in the hands of the audience. We have just another person coming in saying, I don't mind the non-inclusion of Dran's Feather in Chronicle. The running animation for Max and Monica is very satisfying. It definitely is. I don't know, I think they're a little slow, but maybe I'm a little slow in the mind. Who knows? Earthium, great to have you here. They say the third time's a charm. So what do you think, my lovely viewers? Big box or small box? What are we going with? They say good things come in small packages, but they also say the bigger the better. We got one big box? I'm thinking big two. I'm thinking big two. Because, like, you could fit, maybe we can get 2 or 3 Steves in that big box. It is quite large, right? They'd shove them in there. Or we're going big. Oh no! Maybe next time. Wonder what happened there. Okay, so let's jump on in. King Prickly, one of the best. Now it is interesting, going back from Dark Cloud 2 and Dark Chronicle and Dark Cloud as well, as they all have their fair share of differences, and I think this is going to be a running topic in the stream. I've been playing a lot of Dark Cloud 2 recently. One thing I realized in Dark Cloud 2 was in a lot of the concept art for Sindane, you can see enemies that aren't in Dark Cloud 2 that are in Dark Cloud. From Flea Flea to, I believe it was Holy Holy, or Haley Holy. It's like a turnip with these little pigtails, these green pigtails coming out. You know the one. You know the one. And King Prickly as well. Now, why were they included in the concept art, but not in the actual game? It would be interesting, because if they were in the game, you could truly connect Sindane and Wise Owl Forest together, right? As they have similar biology of monsters. What do you call it? Is it etymology, when you have different creatures living in, but similar biodiversity. Let's stick with that, right? I think we're getting a little a little too you can tell we've been watching a lot of nature documentaries. Now, every nature documentary would be better if we had more OPAR. We always HOPAR for more OPAR, but even OPAR wasn't able to make it to Dark Chronicle. Now, that could be the reason why Dark Chronicle wasn't as well regarded as Dark Cloud 2. It didn't have OPAR, right? If we're able to slide OPAR in there, that would have solved all of our problems, really. Grand Theft OPAR. OPAR may cry, Devil may OPAR. Who knows? Let's try to be bold. Let's try to use our strawberry right now and hope that we can get to the end of the dungeon. Let's see. Is it the shiny rock? Could it be our strawberry? Oh, okay. Alright, well, looks like we actually have to do it all to completion. So I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. It is currently Saturday. And what a lovely Saturday it is. Everybody said small box. We should have went with the small box. Next time we're going with the small one. Earthium says they should have added OPARs to every dungeon. They should have just made OPAR a playable character. Now, why OPAR? Because OPAR's silly and he's big. And what better hero than an unlikely hero, right? The more unlikely, the better. We root for the underdog here in the Dark Cloud Compendium. That's the whole idea. I think when you're playing with these niche video games, you're not really into the big IPs, right? Not really as interesting. We got it, our chestnut. That's it. That's funny how they made it a plot device in Dark Chronicle with Flotsam, one of those roasted chestnuts. Okay, alright. It's a small detail, like how his little mustache shakes. That must imply that there's like some sort of like muscles going on there, right? Wonder if you could work out the mustache muscles. Is that a possibility? Oh, whoa, what's going on? Alright, alright. No! No! We didn't even do it! Okay, that didn't count. That was a misclick. We're not counting that. That never fucking happened. Alright, let's try it one more time. So just another person says, OPAR always scared me when I was young, and it annoyed me that he slowed me down with that after effect. Yeah, Goo was, I think, I could say, without a shadow of a doubt, that Goo is the worst status ailment in Dark Cloud, because he never gets soap, right? And then when you get Mighty Healing, you're injecting like heroin in your body to get rid of like goo. It makes no sense at all, but what can you do? So Ray says, I would hype if there was another dinosaur enemies. I would hype if there was a dinosaur-like enemies. Pardon me. Yeah, you know, with in the cut content of Dark Cloud, if you go through Dark Cloud's cutting room floor page, all those years ago, I added a Dark Cloud deleted monster that the community found, and it was like a very reptilian-like dinosaur creature that was walking around in Dran's cave. It seems like he was used for duels at one point in time, but that idea was scrapped and removed. Maybe because level 5 had too little time, really. Maybe a dragon that looks like a triceratops? Man, you're speaking my language. That'd be pretty amazing. Alright, this is it. This is for real, okay? They caught us off guard last time. Hidden Castle's a Sagittarius. He likes to talk a little too much. We gotta zip our lips, alright? We gotta focus. Gotta lock in, as the kids say. Oh, it's true. It's true. Bam. Alright, let's see. What you got? What you got? Bam. Bam. Oh. Okay. Well. This duel, there's quite a bit of trivia attached to it. If you were to finish floor 8 with Xiao, then this duel wouldn't initiate. You wouldn't get it at all. And if you were to play the Japanese version, this duel doesn't start at all either. It's actually an exclusive duel made for the international versions. So as you can see, Xiao's little hammer isn't cutting it. It's not a hammer, it's a slingshot, baby. And it's not going to work. We could stand on it all we want, it's not going to go through. So we might as well get our newest playable character, Goro. Now, through Dark Cloud Enhanced, playing as Goro also means that we're able to use Goro in the village aspects of the gameplay as well, over in No Rune, unlocking a new set of dialogue opportunities. So that's going to be exciting as well. Before we move forward though, hold on, sorry about that. I do want to do one small thing. So I'm just dropping a link to the PayPal and the Patreon, patreon.com/Hidden Castle. So these videos are funded by all the amazing viewers out there, and every little bit helps when you're trying to preserve lost Dark Cloud media, especially with these obscure video games. Trying to track down media that's been lost for years and paying for it out of pocket could be quite costly. So every little bit helps. We're a community that's self-sufficient. We're not taking any donations from big blood-sucking YouTube channels, right? We're not going to sell out. We're independent, baby. And that's how it's always going to be. Where should we put this? We'll leave it for now. So we have our newest video, maybe you noticed, but our newest video is coming out June 9th. And it's all about Dark Cloud Lost Media Mysteries. So that's going to be a good one to look out for. You can actually see it's, how do you say, it has a premiere page on YouTube now, so that's something new that we're trying out. Cross our fingers that everything pans out with it. The video is already done, and it was a fun video to get done together. It was the first one that I've been absent for a little while, and my apologies for not responding to any comments. It's just been really tricky with family emergencies all happening at the same time, but I think health is number one. Health is wealth, and it's the first one I was able to voice with a healthy set of lungs, so we'll see what happens. But for now, let's jump into our super amazing cutscene. Check this out. So, I don't know, maybe it's the lore castle brain going on, but it begs a question. Do the monsters have intelligence in Dark Cloud? Because we could see here that the Laugh-Apocals have a responsibility, right? Their responsibility is raising and lowering the barrier to allow for more water to stream throughout the river. So would it be possible for the village people to live in tandem with, you know, the monsters? Are they really monsters? Or are they the forest spirits? Just misunderstood. Before the Dark Genie came and corrupted everything, maybe, just maybe, there was more of a genuine connection between the people and the creatures in the dungeons that we see. I don't know, maybe we got a taste of that a little bit in Dark Chronicle when you're able to talk to the monsters. That's an aspect that I wish was developed just a little bit more, right? Was the monster transformations. A great idea, but Dark Cloud 2 is a game with a lot of really, really great ideas, but sometimes the execution is a little lacking. It took a kitchen sink approach. With that being said, we'll never get another game as content-rich as Dark Cloud 2. We really didn't know what we had at the time. Everything from a fish simulator to Spheda to weapon and item creation with the invention system to Georama. It was really a landmark title. So just another person says, I never played the Duel with the Wolves. I think I must have come in through Chow. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. It was E3 2001 that they started talking about the differences between the Japanese version and the American and European versions. And one thing they were really trying to hammer in was we have additional content for the worldwide audience. I love his eyes. There's something about Trent's eyes, pardon me, that are just so welcoming and friendly. Like this is a very jolly design. From the moss being like a mustache to the eyes, very, I don't know, there's something special about this. I think that permeates a lot of Dark Cloud. It's a game that you can't quite touch on the imagination. There's something special with Dark Cloud, and that's what keeps us coming back for years. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe. We'll be crazy together. Now I think he's crazy with us because he's speaking gibberish. Alright. Let's see, do we have the item? We do. It's clearly the grasshoppers. Turns out plugging grasshoppers in your ears doesn't help you learn a new language. Go figure. So let's try our hunter's earrings, shall we? Get it nice and close because I can't quite see. There we go. So tell me now, little one, is it you who saved me? Probably not. I love how they give you those options. Well, what a reserved young man you are. Yes, I know everything that happens here in these woods. I've seen it all of your brave deeds. I can't have you saving my life without giving you something in return. So cool. So cool. There, go on. Please accept this. This is what all hunters long for, a rare and legendary item. Look how he's dancing, man. He's flipping out. The serpent sword. There we are. This sword never breaks, not until it completes its mission, that is. But once its mission is over, it's a breakable sword like none other. It's a rare item. Take care of it, little one. When I grow up, I want to be like Dran. Or is it Trent? Well, we'll never really know. Alright. So we have our legendary blade, the serpent sword. Now I think when you get down to the weapons of Dark Cloud, and you can tell me in the chat what some of your favorite weapons are, but I think the design for the serpent sword is just really, really iconic. Look at that, eh? And the best thing about Dark Cloud, an often underrated aspect, is you get 3D models, and then you also get these really charming 2D pixel art representations of the weapons too. I often think about how Dark Cloud would be if it came out on the Super Nintendo, rubbing shoulders with Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana, right? Or on the N64, which is a bit of an inspiration behind the Dark Cloud 64 soundtracks that I've done before in the past. So, we have our legendary serpent sword. I think it's a good idea that we should probably fulfill its purpose, but we'll see. Laughing at Chao's expense. Sword, I think it. Sorry, just trying to keep an eye on the chat. Oh, we got 10 people here. That's amazing. That's great. Thank you all for coming by. Elvis says, I love Mataki, the music. It really is something special. Now, we do have... Okay, so it smells like a snake, which is pretty interesting because that implies that Tone knows what a snake smells like. Also, what does a snake smell like? I thought it smelled like a rock, really. Scentless. Do we have the ocarina? The Macarena ocarina? We do, okay. Alright, here it is. The odd tone flute, not to be concerned with tone, but it's a flute that makes a weird sound. It calls snakes. Very cute. Xiao doesn't know how to play the flute. Tone may be able to play it. So this is a piece of dialogue that a lot of people usually miss, but want to make sure you're able to see it here. In the Dark Cloud Compendium, we go above and beyond. At least we try to. Alright. Okay, what you got? What you got? I want to show you the nightmare fuel of children. Check this out. As if they would show that. I don't know what it is about Dark Cloud. They just show Link being disemboweled by... Did I say Link? They get rid of Zelda, rather, because that's our playable character. When you're fighting these skeleton soldiers, if you fail, they just go straight for the stomach, right? When you're fighting the serpent, if you don't do it properly, then what will happen is it'll gobble up poor little Zelda's head, right? Now you might be laughing, Link, Zelda, Link, Zelda. His name is Zelda, it's right there, you know? Let's jump on in. Let's do it proper this time, but they really didn't hold back, as I'm trying to say. Okay, where are we going with this? There we are. Okay. To the cobra, baby. Gotta watch that cobra. Alright, let's see. Okay. There we are, very cool. Now it's all well and good, but the duels are a very contentious topic in Dark Cloud. I think a lot of kids were held back from progressing through the game just because of the duels, which is why they never came back for Dark Chronicle. I do like them though. I think they probably could have had a place in Dark Chronicle, but level 5 thought otherwise, unfortunately. We get the bone pendant. Yeah, Ray's got the right idea. He's like, the Master Jacket just slashes through tone. It really is graphic. It makes you think, like, did the ESRB really play the game? Because if they really played the game like you and I, they would have saw that, and that's like a rated M rating right there, right? But they're lazy. They're not Dark Cloud super fans, right? Just another person says, the snake reminds me of Asmodeus from the Redwall book and television series. Do you remember Redwall? Do you remember Redwall? Matthias? Oh, I love Redwall. It was a story of these little woodland creatures living in a protective fortress called Redwall. And it was a very like religious biblical story, but it was all about this rat named Clooney, the Scourge, and he's trying to take over this like this fortress. I'm not doing it any justice really, but I think it was really amazing. It was a great story. Very of mice and men, wizards and warriors, and Matthias and Asmodeus. Elvis says, I really love the 3D models for the weapon inventory system. The PS2 RPGs around this time did that often. Star Ocean to the End of Time was another one. I didn't play through Star Ocean. I think I have it somewhere here in the wall of RPGs, but we'll get around to that. So we should probably jump on over to... Oh, we can't like hot travel there, eh? That's okay. There we go. So PSCRT, not sure if you've talked about it before. What do you think of level 5's later games like Ni no Kuni and Rogue Galaxy? It's a great question, and it would be great to hear everybody's thoughts here as well. I think level 5 is a great company. They could excel at anything they do because they have really amazing people working there, and they really lead from the heart. They really try to take the business of RPGs and move them forward. Now, it is a very interesting topic talking about what they've done after the Dark Cloud series. They did Dragon Quest. They got the keys to the kingdom with Dragon Quest right after Dark Cloud 2 when they were a new company. Could you imagine that? Being only a 3-year-old company and somebody gives you the biggest RPG of all time. Here you go, have fun. Sorry about that. There we go. Ni no Kuni was amazing. I think the first game had the summons, like the little creatures. I like that better than Ni no Kuni 2, which had like a Higgly system, they call it. But the familiars are great. I think they're a lot of fun to have all together. I remember playing that a lot in high school. I remember getting that before it came out. I think somebody broke Street Date and they were selling it in a small town here in Canada. I remember telling all my friends, you gotta pick up Ni no Kuni, it's amazing. All my old Dark Cloud friends. But Rogue Galaxy, I think, is a worthy Dark Cloud 3. The Professor Layton games I never got to, just because I'm not much of a puzzle guy. Now that I'm older, I would love to jump into it. But at the time, I just wasn't into it, really. But looking at their Inazuma 11 games and their Little Battlers experience, those ones, I wasn't really into them. Like, if they did RPGs like Rogue Galaxy and White Knight Chronicles and Ni no Kuni, I was there day one. Anything else, it was, I just didn't have the time for it. But now we have all the time in the world, right? The good thing is, I think that they had a really, really cool thing going on with the Yokai Watch. And if they can get back to that and start localizing their Yokai Watch games, they'd make more money, and with that money they can make a Dark Cloud spiritual successor. I don't know. One could hope, right? Curry King, welcome back, Hidden Castle. It's nice to have you and Dark Cloud. Well, it's nice to have Curry and the King together, right? Okay. That's enough talking. Heck, I can never be a great hunter like Pa. Alright. One moment. Swear to God, I think this house I'm in must be haunted. The door keeps on opening by itself. Maybe we got ghosts in the stream, too. It's really a sad thing when someone doesn't believe in themselves, right? In their own potential. Wait, this is my paws. Where'd you get it? What? Alright, what's going on? What's going on? Paw! I love how the little lion has a pink little nose, a cute nose. Goro, how have you been? Dad, where the heck have you been? I thought you were dead. I'm sorry, Goro. Forgive me for leaving you so suddenly, all alone. Goro, I'm no longer of this world. I'm a spirit now. You're lying. It's the truth. Before I died, I put a message for you into this pendant. The father you see is that message. Now listen carefully, Goro. The force that attacked this village is now devouring the entire world. With your allies, you must stop it. If you really are my son, then show me. Honor all the hunters through your courage in battle. No, no way. Everybody in that village left you to die. I'm not going to help those cowards. Well, you misunderstand them. I wasn't betrayed by my fellow villagers. As you know, I was said to be the best hunter in the village. I killed even the brutal white tiger with one blow. But my body was being gradually weakened by illness. I realized how very little time I have left for myself. I was a prideful hunter, and my pride would not allow me to die in illness. I wanted to die in battle as a true hunter should. One day, I went to the woods where the fearful killer snake dwelt, taking with me several villagers. I thought the perfect killer snake, the powerful killer snake, would be the perfect opponent to end my career as a hunter. But deep inside, I wanted to die in this battle. That very hunt was my plan to end my life with pride. Thus I challenged the killer snake to a reckless fight to the death. I, of course, fought my best, but it was obvious that I was no match for the killer snake with my body weakened by illness. In the end, the killer snake got me and started to squeeze me slow. I saw my fading flame of life start to flicker away. It was what I had wished for. I chose to die with bravery. The villagers who were with me, they left quietly. I still remember the sadness in their eyes. They all probably knew. Knowing it all, they stayed to see through it to the very end. That's really sweet. They still, to this day, speak of me as the strongest hunter that ever was. You can call them cowards, but they kept the truth hidden out of respect for me. But why? Why did you do that? Goro, one day you'll understand. I'm a hunter, and I wanted to die a hunter, not an invalid. And you're also a hunter, Goro. Go and fight. Join with the other warriors and fight evil. Be a greater man than me. I'm always with you. You see him slowly fade out. The character model just gets brighter and brighter until the details fade away. A development trick by the PS2. I hate you. I hate you, Pa. And it snaps to reality. Now, it's not cinematic brilliance, but it is Dark Cloud, and I think it's pretty fucking awesome. What are you looking at? Me? Saving the world? Huh, not likely, but I want to give it a shot anyways. Not for the villagers, or for my dad, but for me. I'll fight for me. There we go. That's our boy. I'll become Goro, mighty hunter of legend. Amazing, we got our third playable character. That's it. Call me whenever in trouble. I'll probably do better than you anyways. Oh, he's a feisty one too. That's awesome. What a cool scene. What a cool scene. It's funny when you play these games as a child, you just read through it really, right? But as you get older and you start getting life experience, you see these characters in literature. You see these characters in music and movies and cinema and video games and art. You see it through a different set of eyes, right? It's a human experience. That's what AI can never do. That's what these robots can never do. They can never make something from the heart like Dark Cloud, right? But I think the chat's probably popping off. I think I saw a couple things. I want to get down to it because this is all about audience interaction, right? We have Brandon Quigley. Hey, it's great to have you, Brandon. Love the content, Hidden Castle. I'm working on a script to run PCSX2 and the Dark Cloud Enhanced mod at the same time. Oh, on Steam Deck. It fully works. I'll post about it on the Dark Cloud Enhanced Discord. You know, Brandon, first, that's amazing. Thank you for doing that for the community. I think a lot of people are playing on Steam Deck now, and they're trying to find a way to smoothly run Dark Cloud Enhanced and the PCSX on Steam Deck at the same time. So if you're able to like really get that down, I don't have a Steam Deck, but I want to see if I can make like a tutorial video or something, just to make sure that like the steps, like people have a visual guide. But that's a really cool thing, Brandon. You're a pro. Earthium says, Ghost just want to watch Dark Cloud 2. Hey man, bring him on over. Bring him on over. We got little Jimmy over here, right? The best ghost in the world. Alright, look at this. Look at this big boy. Oh, he's been eating, man. He's a big guy. Let's jump over to No Maroon, because you best believe we got some dialogue opportunities that you have never seen, only on the Dark Cloud Compendium. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Just Another Person says, I think Dark Cloud and Dark Chronicle are parallel worlds like Doctor Who. That explains why Drand isn't in Dark Chronicle, and why Dark Cloud 3 will still happen one day still. Truthfully, there's a lot of different interpretations, but I'm a big supporter of like the parallel world theory, because how Dark Cloud ends, it ends in a bit of a time paradox, right? So maybe, just maybe, something had to happen where it split the timelines in two. There'll be a video on that, I think, come Halloween. I think there's going to be an interesting video on that, but Ray coming in with the Kamehameha joke. Love it, a classic. So PSCRT says, Dark Chronicle's an odd one, since it seemingly isn't a connected world, but the monsters are reused, and the Dark Genie exists. Yeah, it's... Where do you draw the line, right? Is it the developers being handy and reusing models, like Seda with his facial hair going on, right? Or is there something bigger? Who knows? PSCRT says, maybe Dark Cloud 2 is in the future. Maybe it's a new story, says Ray. I think that it's time we relive our old story in a new way. Could Claude fish? Could we do Claude fishing? Claude can't fish here. Speaking of Claude, I think that's the first NPC we should go for, because I think that Claude and Goro are definitely related in some way, right? I think it's the stockiness. Look at these big boys. Look at that. Look at these fucking units. Alright. Everyone in the village says I look just like you. You should give me a bearskin hood. And we could play a prank on all of No Rune. I wonder what kind of food could be found in Mataki. Can you bring me some? I like the prank. That's a good one. That's a good one. I haven't read through these dialogues. I wrote all these dialogues, I think 4 years ago. Must have been 2020. It was just 2020 when I wrote them all. So about 4 years ago, give or take. So it's nice seeing. That first one was really good. Second one, I think, needed another pass, right? But at the time, I was writing all the dialogues in addition to doing Dark Cloud Compendium videos, so writing scripts as well, in addition to working, and it was just really overwhelming. But the whole team for Dark Cloud Enhanced, it was a lightning in a bottle moment. Everybody was there at the right time, at the right moment. The best team, the best crew for the best community. We don't want to buy... Oh, okay, maybe we do want to buy something. No, please, don't check out. We want that ruby. For $3,000. Okay, Second thought, maybe we'll pass on that ruby. Because I do want the fishing bait to buy diamonds. Okay, we'll come back to it, that's alright. Ah, yes, Mataki. That's not far from here. I avoid doing business in that area since there's huge hornets not far from Mataki. A bit of lore, right, drawing in the monsters to the village of Mataki. Oh, we slipped up again. I heard of a very frugal shopkeeper by the name of Mr. Mustache in Mataki. I hope you find my prices more fair. Again, it's tying the lore together, right? Tying the lore of No Rune and their next door neighbors of Mataki. In-game, we do have one reference of Mataki and No Rune working together, and I think it was Auntie Laura, her husband, went off to Mataki to go do business. That's the only reference we have of those two villages kind of coexisting, right? So just another person says, am I the only one who noticed that Goro's underwear is red? Does a character model show him with red underwear under his clothes? Like how we could see Xiao's stomach in that one instance? Yeah, so if you use a free camera, and it's funny because the video on June 9th that's coming out this Monday has a lot of free camera work, but you could see that it's rendered in there. I'm not sure why he's the only character that's underwear actually rendered into his character model. Brandon, I would love to get in touch with you further and explain my method of running Dark Cloud Enhance on Steam Deck. I'll try to make it as easy as downloading a script and make it run all smoothly. I'll hold off until I'm able to get everything running perfectly. Yeah, if you could tag me in the Dark Cloud Enhance Discord, and we could kind of go from there. If not, here's what we can do. You could shoot me an email there if the Discord method doesn't work. Because we want to make sure that we can get that for the community, right? Having Dark Cloud Enhance on Steam Deck, that'd be really cool. "13 days since the world ended. 13 days since our adventure began." It's great to have you, Brandon. I really appreciate when people take their time to do something for the community, whether it be new music or fan art or community creations to make quality of life just a little bit better, like what Brandon is doing. I think it should be supported, right? So you're a hunter from Mataki. Do you think you're so tough? Let me tell you something. I'm strong. I bet I'm stronger than your best hunter of all of Mataki. The shade. Oh, Lord, Camacho, the gloves are off, man. There's something going on there. No Rune is so quiet. Our villagers don't put much value in exercise or body strength. They just live a carefree life. I think that other villagers could learn something from you hunters of Mataki. I'm happy you didn't make fun of his body weight. We're bigger than that, right? Them's fighting words, I'm telling you. Like, that came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. Oh, we got Auntie Laura. Alright, let's... Is there a... Okay, that's better. So you're from Mataki. My husband works as a traveling merchant there. There's finally someone in this village who's the same height as my little Gina. Okay, let's test that theory. Who's taller, Gina or Goro? Where could Gina be? I heard you're from Mataki Village. I've never been there, but I know Auntie Laura's husband has traveled there before. I wonder if you know him. So that graphical glitch only comes up during... How's it going, Paige? During the dusk time of day. I wonder if there's something going on with the emulator. When I first saw you, I thought you were Claude, another villager who lives not too far from here. It's almost like you could be twins, perhaps distant relatives. I don't know. I think this guy's pretty suspicious. He's probably working with the Dark Genie. They're both quite stout, right? I think he has some advanced CGI makeup going on. It's a Dark Genie in disguise. Just another person says, I genuinely wish I weren't so busy that I could replay Dark Cloud and Chronicle again. I think that's a feeling that we're all in agreement with. I think life now is moving much faster than how it was before. I'll tell you, if you told me that we're living in a 23-hour cycle, 23-day cycle, 23-hour per day cycle, blah, 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 I think you might be correct. There's something going on. There's no way that time is moving as fast as it is. But it's a blessing, right? Because imagine if we're living in Groundhog Day and time didn't move at all. Where would we be? We'd be Bill Murray by then. I wonder what Allnet would say if I brought home a mallet like that. Oh, bro, he could take it. Mataki Village sounds like a weird, far-off place. You're telling me everyone wears animal skins there? Well, what you're wearing isn't necessarily trendy too, buddy. That geeky vest, that stupid hat. I gotta slap that hat off his head. Okay, who could this be? Oh, Pike. We missed out on Pike. Look at you, a hunter. You're talking to a true blue fisherman. I guess that I'm a bit of a hunter myself. Sorry, the camera's blocking what we could see. Oh, so you've come from Mataki Village. I wonder what kind of fish you could find over there. I believe you can catch the Mardan Garian in Mataki Village. That's something that we want to go through. Hopefully we can kind of find the legendary Mardan Garian on stream. I think I've only caught it once before, all those years ago, completely by accident. It blew my mind. Okay. So you may be wondering where this model came from. I wish I can get a better view of the model, but this model, as you see it, as it stands now, was created by Level 5 and was intended to be the character model for Goro when he's running around the villages. It was a gameplay feature that was planned by Level 5, but unfortunately scrapped due to time constraints that the community brought back together. As always, the community does what Level 5 doesn't. What Sony doesn't. The impossible. Hey bro, carrying that heavy mallet around seems like one heck of a workout. I should try it sometime. You're all pudgy, just like Claude, but they say you're a powerful hunter. We should go down to the cave and train together. What a bro. What a bro. Trying to think if there's anybody else that we're missing. So we got the Macho Brothers. We're missing Tone's mother. Where could she be? It's the story of Hidden Castle's life, running after his mama. Mama's number one, you gotta take care of her mom. Hello there! You're another one of Tone's friends, aren't you? Don't you ever get tired of carrying that mallet around? I know you like wearing animal skins, but please don't do anything to our llama. We need it for milk and cheese. That's very bold of you to assume that we haven't already skinned the llama. Shao is next. Not much to skin, really, though. I imagine Shao is like the size of, size of your hand. Not too big, not too small. Oh, we got Hag. We gotta jump on Hag. What a poor girl. I'm sure her name is like Emily or something, right? Why they gotta call her Hag? It's a terrible name for a lovely villager. Probably a sweetheart. Oh, we're missing the mare. You're right, Earthium. Gotta jump on that. We have Muddy Syrup. Dark Cloud 1 and 2 are my favorite games, and I think you're in the right place with the best sort of company, the Dark Cloud community. Oh, we got level up powder? When did that happen? We'll save that for later. Along with these gold bullions. We'll leave that there. There we go. Okay. Same mistake twice. Okay. I've heard that Mataki village has magical fairies called the Laugh-a-Pockle. These 7 fairies can be quite mischievous. Animals are essential to the world of spirits. I cannot condone your village's hunting practices. But I guess to each their own. Imagine fighting these magical luminous skulls, right? Very cool. We have Mike Zilla, Hidden Castle. I'm going to do a yearly Shao Vanilla Scream playthrough. You know what? Honestly, if you do that, I'm gonna like walk off the face of the earth. Hidden Castle will just fade away. Shao's terrible. She's the worst thing that ever happened. I hate that cat. I love that cat. My goodness, you look just like Claude. Were you two separated at birth? Maybe. You look just a little taller than Carl. Is everyone from Mataki village so short? Maybe. We do have Kalulu, who's quite tiny. What I meant is Hidden Castle gonna do that? You know, I think if I'm gonna do that, what remains of my hair is gonna fall out, and I'm gonna be a bald Hidden Castle due to Shao driving all of us insane and crazy. Can Shao stop driving us crazy? How about that? Shao! That crazy fucking cat. Okay, we got Laura, the machos, we need to do the mayor, and I think we're all done. I think that's a wrap. Okay, let's jump on over. Okay. I've heard of a monster named the King Prickly found around Matataki village. I've been having an issue with pricklies coming into my home, so I can't imagine dealing with a King Prickly. So if some of you remember, it's a missable item, but if you open up this closet in the beginning of the game, you're able to get a King Prickly that kind of crawls out, right? As a kid, it blew my mind because I think it was probably the first missable item in a JRPG that I remember coming across. Just another person. It's so great to have you. It's so great to have you. You're wondering if we're going to stream any longer. We're probably going to go for another 45 minutes, maybe another hour, give or take. But the best thing is you can catch these streams later on offline, right? Whatever works best for you. We're going to miss you if you leave. If you stay, we're more than happy to have you. Dran is a magical beast that defends our village of No Rune. Tell the beast hunters of Matataki that he's a gentle, well-mannered monster and not to be hunted. That's a good one. That's a good one. Could you imagine like one of the more small hunters of Matataki, like Annie or Ro, the old people, coming in with like a large fur coat that used to belong to Dran. Now they didn't destroy Dran, they just, you know, gave him a bit of a haircut. They humiliated him, they gave him one of those hipster haircuts that seems to be all the rage. I mean, you can catch them if Hidden Castle doesn't delete them, / hide them later in his castle. Oh, you know we're going to delete this one later on. We're definitely going to delete it. We can't have all the... I think it complimented Chao 3 times, so we can't have that on record. We can't. I hate that cat. So, we need to jump in. And where is Claude? Where could Claude be? Claude, Claude, Claude. There we go. It's a little thing. It's a little thing. I like throwing the wrong name in there. I think last time I was doing it, someone was like, oh, it's not this person, it's that person. I'm like, aha, I gotcha. It's a YouTube trick for engagement. You want those comments, right? Any engagement's good engagement. I think this might be my favorite NPC in Mataki Village, the musician Cacao. HBN Yan, it's so great to have you. One of the greatest visual artists of the Dark Cloud community. A hell of an artist. I always like seeing her art. Solarnix says, with the mod that your team made, do the special items work? Can you elaborate a little bit more on the special items? Like which special items? What we did is we rebalanced a lot of the items and we made some things more useful than they were before. And it was a big team of about 5 or 6 people that brought it all together. And we worked really, really hard to make sure it's the best community mod out there. The only community mod, really. Which special items? Can you elaborate more? I'd love to answer the question. So Ray says, I wonder what dungeon creatures already existed, or which ones just spawned after the Dark Genie woke up. That's a great question. I believe some of the more inanimate objects, like the cannon in Queens, or the statue doll or the statue dog rather, in Dran's cave. I think those were objects just lying around like garbage that the Dark Genie imbued his evil spirit into. Maybe they became possessed. Paranormal, maybe. Perhaps. Just another person says, I think I need to leave. I'm sadly falling asleep. I need to finish my baking tomorrow. I'm going to be making pastries and some risotto. That sounds really good. We'll catch you next time, and make sure to save us some pastries. We love a good pastry. 14 days. 14 days. And no cacao. Okay, sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Stay strong, Goro. All of Mataki is cheering you on. One day you'll surpass even your father, Fudo. Always believe in yourself, and never give up. Let your might trample the eternal forest beasts in your way, brave hunter. Let your might trample the eternal forest beasts in your way, brave hunter. I like that. I like that a lot. Hello there, Goro. You've grown up since the last time I saw you. I understand how difficult things may be for you. Remember to hold your head up high and always take pride in the life given to you. What happened to Fudo was a tragedy, but that suffering shouldn't define you. You'll always be your father's son, and you've already made him proud. I can't wait to start writing songs of the legendary hunter, Goro, son of Fudo. It's a good one. At the time, I was grieving the loss of my dad, so I think I wrote a lot of things that I wanted to hear myself. So it's funny reading it now. It hits a chord. Look at her face. So silly. My oh my, if it isn't little Goro. You've grown up, but you still have those chubby cheeks. Come here and let your Granny Annie give you a pinch for old time's sake. No matter how much you've grown, you'll always be little Goro to me. I love that. Do we have Ro as well? I don't remember. No, eh? That's okay. Let's put Pow down. He wants to be by the peanut pond, so let's leave him there for now. Not quite sure why we removed him. There we go. So we got bread, we got repair powder. Just casually breaking and entering. Yeah, no big deal. Beast Hunter. We got Fire. I love the interiors though. Like, who would have thought, ah yes, interior design. Let's hang up turkeys. That's a good idea. Now I'm not one to judge, right? I'm not one to judge. I think I have 2 or 3 turkeys hanging on my wall somewhere. You see how he spawned in? Holy smokes. You see this? Right here? That should have been Chow. Around his neck. But who am I to say? It's a surprise seeing you come outside, Goro. We were so worried about you. We wanted to reach out to you, but at the same time, we knew that you needed your space. Know that you'll always have your place in the village. We're all family. Mike Zilla says, it's been some time since I caught a castle stream. I hope you're okay health-wise. You know, we're better. We're much better. We were caught in a bit of a difficult position where my mom and I both got sick at the same time. And then my mom had a stroke. And so it was my issue. And then dealing with my mom's issue, which is much more serious because my mom is my mom. And my mom is everything to me. So I wanted to put everything aside. It really was scary because I think had things been caught just a little bit later, I think it would have been more serious. But you got to take care of your loved ones, and the world could wait. Nothing is more important than your health. So I'm happy that I'm here, and we're all here, and we are here together. The walrus was Shao in the end. We have the home invasion show. The home invasion show. Can you read my comment, please? I can. I can. I just did. Could you imagine? HBN says, it shouldn't have been Shao. No, it should have been. It really should have been. But because you're sticking out for Shao, we'll let Shao have that pass for today. We'll let her live one more miserable day in her miserable little cat life. We're going to poison that cat food later. So Larnix says, I picked up the special items. Medusa powder. Okay, yeah, right. I believe the teleportation powder. I wasn't sure if they're actually active items you can use or just keep them in the box. That's a really good question. So I think for those ones, I think we enabled them in there as collectibles, but I don't think we were able to put any functionality to it because like our hands were tied. If we wanted to add one thing, we had to remove functionality from something else. If we had total source code control, then we'd be able to do anything. We could add new scenes and additional gameplay features, but we're really limited to what level 5 gave us, right? So because of that, what we were able to do was just work within the limits that level 5 kind of provided with the ISO. So you're able to collect them, but you're not able to use them. But maybe, and I'm really being honest, maybe one day if we decompile Dark Cloud, then we could get to a point where the community could do more. Dark Cloud Enhanced was always made to be like a small jumping off point for the community, which is why it's open source, right? Speaking of, I'm just going to drop the PayPal. If anybody wants to show any support, the Dark Cloud Compendium is an independent YouTube channel. No masters or slave owners here. Hidden Castle doesn't bend down to anybody. That's true. That's the bottom line because Hidden Castle said so. And what it comes down to is the fact that when you get to the Dark Cloud Compendium, you're getting the good shit, right? There's no compromises made. I think other YouTube channels would want to focus on something a little bit more hit-worthy, right? People would want to do like videos on FIFA. We don't want to do videos on FIFA. Give me like obscure Dark Cloud trivia. That's what I want to see in the world, right? That's it, man. That's it. That's what it comes down to. We're not going to sell out. Never, never. Never, never. What else we got? We got... It's me, Mimi, Lulu and Ahmed. We love you and we miss you. I love and miss you too. You're fantastic. All the world to you. All the world to you. All the support. Northern Tommy. Can't stay long, but it seems like your stream quality is really good. We need to stand up against oppression of all forms. Hey man, we're an equal opportunity place here, right? If we could skin Shao, we could skin Goro. No, you know what? I think the stream looks really good because the audience were very helpful with putting the stream back together, with making sure everything is running properly. So I'm very thankful that everybody was helpful with putting things back together, right? And making sure everything is running properly. We want a Shao figurine lore. We won't we won't loot Seda. Oh, let's not do that. Yeah, let's not do that. I'm sure level 5, God help them if they go to Google and punch in the wrong things. I think we got everybody for now. Babunku, do you get Babunku? We have Mushroom. We didn't get the owl. We didn't get the happy owl. So you can place him down, eh? Kuro! We got Kuro here! It's so great to have you. I'm not sure if he just joined in or if he just left a comment, but it's always happy to have you regardless. You're the best in the world, man. It's funny how Dark... You see this? Could you believe this? Are we too short? No, we can get it. We got the cheese. That one's for you, Maggie. It's funny how these games age over time, right? And the more they age, I think the better they become, because games have really become a little less than they used to be, right? And before, these games would be created with a full heart. Now it's all about microtransactions and monetization. But the classics will always remain classic. We got Robux here, who likes the live. I like that you like the live. I think we love the live, really. It's great to have you, my friend. Look who came out of hiding. It's about time. Buy something, will ya? Buy something, will ya? I think that's a Zelda. That's a Zelda reference. I think it's Zelda 2, maybe. A little nod. When I was writing the dialogue for Dark Cloud Enhanced, I really wanted to keep things as contained as possible. But if we could put a small Zelda reference in there, considering that Dark Cloud is the Zelda killer, it just makes sense, really, right? Kuro says, I didn't get to play the second one until a long time after, but this one is still my favorite. It's funny you mention that. What are your thoughts on Dark Cloud 2? I like Dark Cloud 1 better as well. I think it's the better experience, but it's like saying you like chocolate better than vanilla, or day as opposed to night. Both options are amazing. Can't go wrong, really. I wonder how much it would take to sell that bear fur. It would make for a nice rug. Ripped Snorlax, the North American updates to Dark Cloud would be DLC in the current day. It really would, honestly. It really would. An additional dungeon with the Demon Shaft, additional duels, additional weapons, additional... because the weapons, I think all the characters got 2 extra finishing weapons or final weapons, like the Sword of Zeus or the Crosshinder. What else could I name? There's additional monsters as well, and additional items, I believe. Those are 5 things. Robux, I love life. I love live. Can I be live one day? You can be live any day, man. We're live and live in color. I liked it a lot, but felt it was quite different from the first. Yeah, you know, I think you're onto something, really, right? I think what it comes down to is the fact that with Dark Cloud and Dark Chronicle, they really are a different experience. The DNA, the core, the Georama is still there, but it reminds me a lot of the RPG series Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, Both are amazing RPGs, but both offer a really different and unique experience, right? So I do appreciate that, because sometimes you might want to go for, you know, a certain vibe, a certain atmosphere. And I think we will be going through Dark Chronicle. It's the reason why I haven't replayed it. I think it's more fun to play it on stream with everybody here, right? Mike Zilla says, like, Justin Timberlake more than Eminem. I think it's more like Michael Jackson to Prince. Beach Boys to the Beatles. The Beatles to the Monkees. Actually, that's a better comparison. Beatles! We got the Beatles. Was it John Lennon? Did John Lennon walk in? Yoko's been looking for you. Where you been? Okay. That's enough of besmirching the good name of John Lennon. Yoko didn't break up the Beatles. The Beatles had problems long before. I think George Harrison wanted out for a while. I think Paul McCartney was a bit of a control freak. Ringo Starr was Ringo Starr, man. He's a child in the divorce. He's just doing his best. What's this stream about again? Are we streaming the Beatles or are we streaming Dark Cloud? I don't know. Who knows? Okay, where's Babunku? His crazy sister. Is she here? Is she gonna jump off the ledge over a candy bar? How does Hidden Castle feel about the skill tree in Rogue Galaxy? I feel a bit daunted looking at it in videos, and I haven't played it very far into it. I think you asked the right person. So, when it comes to puzzles in video games, I really try my best. But I think that in video games, if you're going to be doing puzzles and I could solve the puzzles, I think those puzzles are very approachable puzzles. You have nothing to worry about with Rogue Galaxy. If a lunkhead like me could figure it out, I think you're going to be just fine. It looks daunting, but they do a great job of explaining it with silly pictures and infographic little text dumps that are a great way to learn. You have nothing to be afraid of. Jump into it and have fun. Eiffel 65. I'm Blue is pretty good. Oh man, you're bringing me back to 1999, baby. I think we're probably going to jump into the dungeon though. How do you feel about Steve, the talking slingshot? Oh man. Hold on. Steve. Give me 1 sec. Hold on. It's a shame. I built out a prop of Steve, a prop that I made out of clay, because I wanted to work on a Steve documentary. The dialogue for Steve contains a big mystery relating to his hidden backstory and lore, and I think it's so interesting because it really begs a question when you look at the Japanese backstory and the English backstory and how it changed over time. Now, unfortunately, I did get all the footage that I needed. I did. Unfortunately, though, what happened was I had Steve in my backpack as I was filming the documentary for the Dark Cloud figures, because I'm like, I want to get some pictures of Seda and Steve together. And as my handmade Steve was in the backpack, he fell apart, even though he was wrapped and protected. I guess he just fell apart. So all I have are here's his little hand, or what used to be his hand over here, right? But I still have the pieces. I can still fix him. I just don't know where he is, really. I think he might be upstairs in the second studio, but I'll show him off one day. I love Steve. I think Steve is one of the best. He's the best RPG party member in the world who isn't a party member, if that makes sense, right? But we'll bring him back one day. Do you play Super Smash Bros? Man, I love Super Smash Bros. I love Super Smash Bros. That was, I think, the first game I played competitively. In Melee, my favorite was Marth. I love playing as Marth for Melee and Brawl. And Brawl was quite good, not looking at the slipping issue. But going into Smash Brothers Wii U and Smash Brothers on Switch, I started playing a lot of Pikachu and a lot of Toon Link. But I got quite a bit of Smash Brothers merchandise. I'm looking at it right now. I have a World Champion belt, right, for Smash Brothers. It's one of the greatest franchises of all time because it brings everything together, except for Dark Cloud. Maybe one day. I think there's a Super Smash Brothers Brawl mod that puts Link in Dark Cloud in Smash Brothers Brawl. Do you have pictures of Steve? I got lots of video of the figure that we made, so lots of B-roll footage. So we're going to be seeing that eventually. Eventually. It's always something with the Dark Cloud Compendium. Are we going to play Duke Nukem D-Day? We're going to play Duke Nukem Time to Kill, right? I think there was the one scene, I think, with this S&M lady, and she's like, "Shut off the lights and I'll show you some true pain." And as a kid, we just gunned her down. We're like, "Oh, what an idiot!" We had no idea what was going on. We probably shouldn't have been playing those video games. Do you have Steve in Smash Brothers? We do have Steve in Smash Brothers. I got everybody. Because everybody's here, baby. The fact that for all Steve's dialogues is locked behind RNG is insane. Yeah, you know, Rip Snorlax, I've been working on this video since 2021 or 2020, and how it worked was I would sit down and I had a Google Doc open, and I'd go to every monster and I'd click O, and I'd make sure to get everybody. Earthium, it's so great to have you, and thank you for everything. Thank you for all the support, and I hope you could join in next time too. But I sat down cataloging all the dialogue opportunities that Steve would have with every monster. But I think that video is good, but to push that video further, to add further legitimacy and credibility, we have to look at the Japanese version. Because it begs the question, how much of the dialogue we're seeing is the American localizers, the Western localizers. Did they alter some things? Did they change some things for Steve's dialogue, right? Because I feel like I could be a little mistaken, and maybe I'm losing the headline a little bit, but I feel like Steve is kind of a weird proxy for Akihiro Hino-san. Because Akihiro Hino was born in a mining town. I think it wasn't Fukuoka. I think it was Fukuoka that he was born in, the Fukuoka prefecture. Akihiro Hino was a creator of Dark Cloud. He was born in a mining town, and in Steve's dialogue, he says that he was in a town of manufacturing, and his father passed away. So there's a lot of, I think, a lot of parallels between Hino-san and Steve, that I really want to look at the Japanese version and really see like what the Japanese, because I think the Japanese version is the only canon version of Dark Cloud. What did the canonically was said, but that's more work than it's worth, but we gotta get that work done someday. Let's play a shell for now. Okay. I had no idea he had actual lore. That's the thing about Dark Cloud. It's there's more than meets the eye, really, right? I think that's one of the reasons why I really love talking about Dark Cloud, is there's something special about it in the sense that it's a rabbit hole. Dark Cloud in itself is one big rabbit hole. There was so much of a push by Level 5 and Sony for these games, whether it be merchandise, whether it be press events, whether it be different variants of the game, and all of that has been lost and not cataloged, right? So being somebody who's really passionate about it, I think it's so fun to sit down and kind of catalog it all, right? And the best thing is we're in good company with the Dark Cloud community. We're all together. So what are we doing with this? Honestly, I really want Steve. I think we're going to just level this up, like not for realsies. We're just going to level up for now to get to level 5 to status break it on Steve. So I'm just going to dump a whole bunch of holy on top of it. Steve the Slingshot's much cooler than Steve from Minecraft. Well, it's not a contest, but I think they're both pretty cool. I think the cooler option is Steve from Minecraft holding Steve from Dark Cloud. I think that's pretty cool, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what? Let's get... No, we used both of them. Okay. Oh, we didn't even get what we wanted to. I think we're running in circles. I can't see the mini-map because the tip with PayPal that's blocking the mini-map. It's making me want to play the game again. It's funny. I was editing video for Dark Cloud, and I really haven't, like, if I'm not streaming Dark Cloud, I'm not playing Dark Cloud. I think I haven't actually had a full Dark Cloud playthrough from beginning to end since the Compendium began. Because I'm always like, well, instead of playing Dark Cloud, I could be getting footage and I could be like more productive with the Compendium. That this is the first time I'm playing Dark Cloud in a long time too. Gotta write Steve dialogue for every Minecraft monster. You can do it, we believe in you. Listen, if level 5 can do it with a shoestring budget, I think you can too. That fucking chicken jockey, man. It's all about the chicken jockey. Steve is so powered in Super Smash Brothers. Okay, alright, we got the stone. Okay. This is the worst monster, I think, in any video game. The Earth Digger. The worst of the worst. Very annoying, and just makes me want to tear every hair off my hidden castle head, I'll tell you what. Kuro, I hope the move went well. You know, I think life is a series of meetings and goodbyes, right? A wise green frog named Kermit said that long, long ago. Rip Snorlax, that's what's up. Over here we hurt Earth Diggers. We hurt them hard because they are the worst enemies in the game. The rose thing is okay. It's not bad. It's alright. It's alright. So Kuro agrees. Ray agrees. So we have like, what, 5 people? Come on, man. Earth Digger. It's not helping. You're not helping your case right now, pal. Oh, the Demon Shaft. That's my favorite dungeon in the game. We did a poll, and I think out of all the options, that was like came in last. And I was like, really, guys? Come on. It's really unique. I love the moss-covered walls, the architecture. There's just something that sparks the imagination. I don't know, it takes me back to... I remember growing up, at one point in time, I think our parents really wanted to supervise us, so my mom had the PS2 in the kitchen. So as she's cooking and she's frying chicken, we had the TV over here, and we'd be playing Dark Cloud. So I just remember, you know, smelling my mom's cuisine and her being hard at work while playing Dark Cloud. Those hot summer days, no air conditioner, just running around the Demon Shaft, just like looking at like all the aspects and wondering and imagining. It's magic moments. Earth Digger! Astaghfirullah. Come on, what you got? What you got? Okay, we're not dying to this jobber, alright? Ain't gonna job no Earth Digger. Come on, baby. You know it's true. There we go. 1, 2. Doodly doodly doo. I'm fighting the urge to... No, don't do it. Okay. I was like, do I want to throw Xiao in the way of the Earth Digger? And let the Earth Digger maul her little cat body? No. Not today. Yeah, it's definitely one of the more nostalgic games. I think it's the first 2 years of the PlayStation 2, those launch titles, Tekken Tag, Evergraze, Armored Core 2, Dark Cloud, Harvest Moon, Save the Homeland. What else was there? Those early PS2 games, a Summoner, they had a really unique way of presenting themselves because they still looked like PS1 games, but they were still taking advantage of the new hardware at the time. It truly was a Wild West. Okay, we need to get our boy. It's not our boy Tone. Tone can't do it. Although, hold on, let's see what the dialogue says. Looks like a switch for this door. Seems like smashing it with something would activate it. I believe if you go to Dark Heaven Castle, the dialogue might be a little different. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's better. Alex Smash X3 says, emulator or PS2? So currently right now we're playing on emulator because we're playing through the Dark Cloud Enhanced community mod. You see how I'm able to change my attributes? So that's all done through the D-pad, through the Dark Cloud community mod. Several quality of life additions. Like, check this out, man. I'm gonna blow your mind. Alright. So you can actually stack the powders. There we go. You can put the powders together and you can stack repair powders, something you couldn't do before. So Dark Cloud Enhanced is a community mod that was made by the community for the community. And you could even play as different villagers in the village segments, different playable characters rather. If you stick around in a moment, I'll show you. Honestly, Alex, I think it's the best way to play Dark Cloud now. Because we really worked on this mod to make it the best way possible to play Dark Cloud. We added a visual suite of enhancements so you could configure the game and you can make the music louder or more quiet or do graphical improvements, widescreen support. Like, this is, for all intents and purposes, the remaster that Level 5 and Sony should have gave us, but that we never got. By the community, for the community, entirely for free. Like in the promo material? Yes! Precisely! You got it, man. You got it. Exactly like the promotional material. We tried to enable some deleted content that was removed from the game. And one of the main ones that we wanted to do was bringing back playable characters. So if you look, we could bring Goro out. So not only did we add playable characters back into the village, but we also did something really special, and we went above and beyond by giving each villager dialogue with the new playable characters. I think the dialogue script was 66 single-spaced pages, and I forget how many words it was something ridiculous. But yeah, like, we really went above and beyond with this community mod. Let me show you something. Check this out. This is really cute, really adorable, but really terrible too. Bah! You could even play as Xiao in her cat form. In Dark Cloud's lore, Xiao is able to transform back and forth from a cat to a human, right? But when she's in the village, she transforms back into a cat. Now, why is that? That's what Level 5 intended when creating the playable character models for the village. They left Xiao as a little cat, and she has cat vision, so everything's very small. It's up to scale with her height. Who's my favorite soccer player? Sabur is my favorite soccer player. So what are we doing right now? We're just trying to bring together all these houses and finish up what we're building. We have Couscous. Okay, I know I said that Cacao is my favorite NPC, but Couscous is probably a close second. Very adorable, very cute. He's a good boy. I get down Couscous. You guys did a great job with the dialogue. That's really thoughtful. I really appreciate that. I hope so. I hope so. I spent about 9 months writing the dialogue. I wrote the dialogue and I made sure that so when writing the dialogue, I made like a little story Bible. So I made a Bible of all the characters in Dark Cloud in the villages. So all the villagers in No Rune. And then I made like a little web of how the villagers could relate to each other and what they could say to each other. But then I made a bigger web of how the villagers from No Rune could relate to the villagers in Mataki, and how the villagers in Mataki could relate to the villagers in Queens, and so on and so forth, until by the end I had this big pile of spaghetti, just all these different webs going across all these characters. My goal with the dialogue was, as crazy as it seems, was to make all the characters feel as authentic as possible, to make it as respectful as possible and as authentic to Level 5's original vision, but also building upon the lore that's already established. So not making up things, but really trying to use the lore from the press materials and the different documents that Level 5 released themselves, but try to put that back into the game where it's more approachable and more accessible. So that's what the goal was with me doing the dialogue. That's how I wanted to do it. And the best compliment was, I know a couple of people from Level 5 saw the work that we did with Dark Cloud Enhanced, and they were very appreciative, and that's the best compliment to the team's work. And there's no work better than teamwork, right? That's always number one. Best soccer player, best football player of all time. The hand of God, Diego Maradona. You have Maradona, you have Pele, right? Two of the greatest of all time. Very different players, but very alike in dignity. We need repair powder, though. It's great that some of them saw that. Yeah, it's something where I showed it to them because because I'm often bothering them. And it's not really bothering. I think in the past 5 years we've become quite good friends. We barely talk about Dark Cloud, mainly just about music and Motown records and old rock and roll from the 60s and 70s, because we're both music people. But yeah, it's something where I showed it to them, like, hey, this is what the community's doing, and this is what we're all doing together. And they know and they recognize the fact that the worldwide audience is still plugged into Dark Cloud, that we're still passionate about Dark Cloud. But unfortunately, Dark Cloud is an IP that's shared, so they can't do anything with it on their own. But they're well aware of everybody from the Reddit and the Discord, that there's still people that are streaming these games, that there's still an audience for it, to some degree, right? Any chance for a beta tone skin? That's a very good question. And it's something that we experimented a little bit with in terms of altering textures. It's a little tricky though, because we don't have the texture for Tone, the original texture for Tone's Tokyo Game Show 1999 beta build. Had we had that texture, we probably could have done something, because we did add cheat codes to Dark Cloud Enhanced. But as it stands now, we weren't able to do that. I really hope, and I'm crossing my fingers, I really do believe that one day we will get something in regards to Dark Cloud 1999, I know it's out there. I'm just not able to see it. I remember speaking to one of my sources at level 5, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like it's not lost. It's well documented. It's kicking around in the office," but they weren't able to show anything respectfully, and that's okay, right? The imagination is always better. It's a whole lot of yapping, but not a lot of stacking. Oh, it's true. It's true. Check us out. We could stack the powders. Look at this. It's a dream come true. Stacking powders for me and you. Alright, so let's finish up Wise Owl Forest because we need more NPCs, right? Alright, let's check this out. Oh, could you imagine? So, I'm using a Retro Fighters control pad. Now, it's not sponsored or anything. I paid for this with my own darn money. I love this thing because it's a PS2 wireless controller and it works with PS1 with the dongle. You plug it in. And it works with PS2, PS3. It works with the Wii and the Switch as well. And one thing I don't like about it, though, is the triggers are, I don't know how to describe it, like it's almost like the PS3, where it's not like a real controller like the PS2, like look at this. This over here, that's a real button. You're not going to be pressing that button by accident. If you drop the controller, you're good to go. This one over here, look at this. Pathetic, terrible, disgraceful, a shame to its family honor, but a great controller nonetheless. So we entered the wrong village dungeon. We should have been in floor 11. I think we probably skipped a few, but that's okay. We're gonna leave and come on back. We all make mistakes. I won't tell nobody. It's alright. They hang off and have time travel. They do. Like, what's going on, man? For some reason, like, well, the Dreamcast did it. It was cool. Well, the Dreamcast had the little triggers, right? The Dreamcast had a screen on its controller too. But the Dreamcast was the Dreamcast. Why did everybody copy the Dreamcast? Like, I know it's like, oh, for FPSs, it's like a gun. Or like for driving, it's like a pedal, right? It makes no sense. You know, if you want a gun, go grab a gun. If you want to drive, go drive a car. Why do you gotta mess up a good controller like this, you know? The PS3 was like that. The 360 was like that. It's terrible. Makes no sense at all. Just be you. Don't change for anybody else. Just be authentically you. I think that's what made the Dreamcast really amazing. Was it was a very unique system. Nobody did it quite like Sega. The triggers are more like Xbox triggers. Yeah, that's right. The Xbox could be considered the Dreamcast too. Oh my god. This weapon is terrible compared to what we have over here. And we can't change due to limited zones. Alright. We're not leaving for a second time. I won't put you through that. Oh, does she have an Atlamelia of her own? Look at that. She's got Atlamelia on her neck. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought? Alright, so I don't mean that literally, guys. It's not an Atlamelia on her neck. Or maybe it is. Who knows? I'll tell you what, if it is, you heard it here first. If it isn't, then it was just another avant-garde, bizarre hidden castle joke. So we don't have anything to clear the poison out. But we do have a shell. If she gets poisoned, then it's probably for the best. So last time we did feed her many yummy poison apples. Yummy, 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 she's got poison apples in her tummy, and the poison apples are going down. But it was sadly Sega's last console. Man, the Dreamcast was amazing. It really, really was. Does anybody have any favorite Dreamcast games? I could think of Illbleed. it'll lead to one of my favorites, a weird, bizarre horror game based on an amusement park. I think it was supposed to be ported to the Xbox, and then that port never came out, unfortunately. That's a good observation. It looks like Max's amulet. A little bit. A little bit. Like, what if this is Max's mom all along? Right? Like, she came into the woods with the fur bits, and then she waited a little bit, and she became Witch Eliza. It all makes sense. Look, that looks just like Max. It's identical. I could pull up a picture of Max right now, live, on stream. What's going on? In color. See, clearly, level 5 no. They don't like it. They want to cancel us. That's why they're glitching out the stream. That's not going to happen. Alright? We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We don't want to get our stream cut down right now. Okay. Oh man, Soul Blade. No! Come back, Tone! It should have been Chow. There we go. That's better. That's better. All is right in the world. We're okay. We're okay. We're alright. Where are we going? Yeah, Kuro, I think that's happening because I'm probably doing a lot all at the same time for my little computer. It's wigging out. That's okay. That's alright. I love how we both spun at the same time. Like dance choreography. Whew. There we go. Soul Calibur is a really good one. I think that was the first Dreamcast game I got back in grade 9. It was really fun, actually. A friend of mine, his dad owned a video game store and it shut down. It was a dad or an uncle. So he just had a ton of video games that were sealed that they were just trying to get rid of. So I remember getting Majora's Mask, Castlevania 64, and Perfect Dark sealed for like $5 each. The guy being named Halloween used to crack me up. And Halloween's great. I love me some Halloween. The monsters in Dark Cloud are very, very charming. Do we have revival powder? We do. We have 1 revival powder. For Shao or for Tone? I don't know. Shao will be fine. We're just having some fun at her expense. Yeah. Yeah. $5. At the time, it was 2012. So these games, the N64 titles, must have been about, I think about 10 years old at the time. So it wasn't too bad. So I remember, where is it? A lovely person sent in this sealed copy of Dark Cloud. And when they sent it in, they told me they collect N64. So I sent them. At the time, all I had left was Perfect Dark. That was sealed. The other 2, I remember selling them because I needed some money for school. So I'm like, hey, you help me out with this. I'll send you Perfect Dark. And that's where Perfect Dark went. So it's funny how that works. Sometimes, I always say, like, when you're collecting, you're the momentary master of these physical items. Because we're not going to live forever. You know, one day, everything will be handed down to somebody else. But it just so happened that, you know, that copy of Perfect Dark we came across all those years ago wasn't even meant for me. It was meant for somebody else that helped me. So it's good to help each other, right? It's what we're here for in the world. Actually, the guy named Halloween fits in with the little known guys, like the days of the week. Maybe. I mean, I like that, having some sort of naming conventions. Oh, we're not going to break this. No! That was close. That was pretty damn close. Yeah, I've been collecting for about 16 years now, since 2009, 2008. So you come across some pretty cool stuff in that amount of time, right? And the collecting scene was much more different than it was back then. So, I have an E3 copy of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It was for E3 2010, I think. It was for the 3DS. But I have a physical version of the E3 build that came out. That one came off of E3 and it got passed around. And it kind of came across my way. But that one's a really cool one too. Yeah, past the serpent. We passed the serpent about an hour ago, I think. About an hour ago. Oh no! It finally caught up to us. It finally caught up to us. We need to jump this chasm. But because we abused Xiao, because Xiao is no longer with us, she is near death, we can't pass it. That's it. That's it. I think we're done. I think we're done here. I think our bad karma finally caught up to us. Terrible, terrible, terrible. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Well, there's nothing else to do, I think, than to leave prematurely. Okay. Maybe we could try to do the back floor. Maybe we could find revival powder in the back floor. Maybe. So there has to be some sort of mythology of a sun dew becoming a plant boat. Like, where does that come from? Does anybody know? Alex, we're on the same wavelength, brother. I think we're going to try to find that revival powder down there. Ooh, we're going to go to the back rooms. We're going to do it. Love this transition. Check this out. There we go. Now we have to be extra careful here, because what it comes down to is the fact that it still is a limited zone, and we can't quite defeat all the monsters that are supercharged with this serpent sword alone. I don't have any stamina potion, eh? Okay, alright. We'll try our best. I think we'll go for the items first. Hopefully we'll get something to revive Xiao. See, look, now we're groveling at Xiao's paws. We're just trying to bring her back, right? We're just trying to bring her back. All those years. You never know what you have until it's gone. So we got fire. Okay. Let's go for the pond. There we are. Now these monsters would give you a lot of EXP if we're able to solve some sort of way of defeating them. The fire gem, we could use the fire gems, but that'd be a waste of a good fire gem. I want to use those on the mimics to get the mimic breaker. Hey, there's nothing but Halloweens here. You thought I wouldn't notice. Come on. Alright, what do you got? Is it Halloween? Who else could it be? Come on. We're out of luck. We're out of luck. Okay, out of curiosity, if we defeat this Halloween, what would the XP be like? Alright. I guess we'll never know. It's too spooky for us. Alright. I'm sorry, Xiao. Zeroification. That's a very kind thing to say. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I think the community is the best community in the world, and it's really great to have you here. And you know, a lot of hard work goes towards making the videos as comprehensive as possible. I think I've been doing it for almost about 7 years, 8 years. Started 2017. So I think we've been able to cover a lot of ground within that time now. So it's great being able to see all the videos. We're almost at 100. Almost 100 videos now. As I'm a humble hidden castle, I think I need to know when to admit when I'm wrong. Xiao, I owe you an apology, okay? I think as an apology to Xiao, she deserves nothing but the best. She deserves all of the gourds. Oh, it's true. It's true. There we go. One for you. And one for you. We love Xiao here, right? Nothing but Xiao love over here. We always want to make sure she's okay. Wait, no! Ah! I wanted to poison her, but it wouldn't let me. Next time, game, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. See, I wanted to be very, very helpful and give her all the gourds in the world, but slowly sneak in one poisonous apple. But the poisonous apple didn't go through. Oh. You got the villain hidden castle, you got the evil hidden castle. The bad castle. That's okay. Now, do we have any more NPCs we can place down? Oh, we got Momo. She's strong and cute, admired by everyone. Very cool. I want to be like Momo when I grow up. Tell you what. Do we got Momo's house? We don't. Oh, that's alright. We'll come back. Oh, Kuro is offering themselves as tribute, eating the poison apple in her stead. I'll survive. Dude, very strong. I love it. I respect that. I respect that. What a pro. Okay. Oh. Okay. It reduces abs. Okay. That's okay. We can do that. Much rather that than the limited zone. Is Xiao your worst enemy? No. Xiao's my best friend. I love me some Xiao. Is there a way you could post a link for both the mod and the emulator use? Yeah, of course. Hold on. Here's what we can do. So, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here's what we can do, actually. Let's make it a bit more interactive. Let's... game capture device. So the first link you're going to see... So this first link right here is a YouTube guide on how to get Dark Cloud Enhanced running. It's a short 4-minute guide that I created. And the best thing is, it's the easiest thing in the world to set up. If you have any issues, you can definitely leave a comment in the video and I'll help you troubleshoot it. So the link to Dark Cloud Enhanced itself, because Dark Cloud Enhanced is an application that you run. There's no modding to be done. It's all an application you run in the background. So this is the mod. Mod. And then the emulator. Which version of PCSX are we using? Where are we? PCSX2. Here we go. And then as always, if you look in the video tutorial, there's a lot of people that have had problems, and we've been able to help problem solve and troubleshoot the issues. So if you have any trouble with setting up Dark Cloud Enhanced, just leave a message and we'll get down to it. I'm pretty good at responding to comments. So I hope you enjoy and have fun, because it's the best way to play Dark Cloud, hands down. And I'm not an emulator guy. Gershani says, am I too late for the stream? I think you're just on time. There's no such thing as too late. Everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason. Side note, welcome. Great to have you. It's been an interesting time. I think I must have had like maybe 4 coffees today. I think this is the 5th one right now. Probably not the most healthy thing in the world, but cool. I have to look for my copy late tomorrow. Gotta make money. Hey, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. If you wanted to, there's also other ways you could find Dark Cloud online. I can't necessarily elaborate more than that, but just make sure you use the American version. It only works at the American version. So if you're able to get the American version of Dark Cloud, you're good to go. Muddy Syrup says, how often do you stream? That's a really good question. I would like to stream as often as possible, but for now, I want to try to do like 2 times a month, 3 times a month. I want to try to do every weekend, if we can do weekend streams. The issue is things are just so chaotic that I don't want to commit to anything and then have that just fall apart. But for now, I want to try to do every weekend. I think it's a great way. The whole reason why I think the Dark Cloud Compendium survived, because the Dark Cloud Compendium was only supposed to be like a 2-year project. But the reason why the Dark Cloud Compendium survived as long as it did, and it's almost 10 years, is because of you guys. Like, I don't want the Dark Cloud Compendium. The fans want the Dark Cloud Compendium, and interacting with other Dark Cloud fans is, it's really fun. It makes you feel like there's we're all gathered around this digital fireplace, and we're all enjoying what we're most passionate about together. So if we could stream more often, I think that's a wonderful thing. So I think next weekend we'll do a stream too. Alex Smash is going to rip their own copy and back it up. That's very respectable and very easy to do with image burn. Not hard at all. That's how I did it. If you need any help setting up image burn, again, like, you know, I'm always here and I'm always happy to help. But it seems like you know what you're doing. Al Phenom says this game series needs a remake. I think you're right. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Oh! We got the giant flea. Could you imagine this bad boy on your pizza? Whew. That's some good pizza. Alright, what you got? What you got? So this is Dark Cloud Enhanced, baby. We got giant monsters coming in. Now these giant monsters also bring with them giant rewards. If we're able to defeat them, we're going to get an item that's a rarity, whether it be a rare gem or a back floor item or something that we don't see often. Sorry about that. I got image burn already. That's how I got my copy of Legend of Dragoon to work with the Shattered Chains PC port. I am so down with Legend of Dragoon. That was the first RPG that I ever bought. Me and my dad, I think I was 4 years old at the time. And hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay. It's right here. This is my childhood copy. And for PS1 games, I'm too old for this shit. I can't even get up anymore. PS1 games for my younger viewers would come in looking like this. One jewel case. But for Legend of Dragoon, it had two. It was a double disc jewel case. So I remember asking the guy that was selling the game, I said, is it two games in one? Like, what's going on with the jewel case? And they were like, well, you have to buy it and find out. Very cool. The Shattered Chains project it's almost like a visual mod. It makes the game look much, much better. Legend of Dragoon, don't skip it. One of the greatest RPGs of all time. And Ape Escape is pretty good too. Love me some Ape Escape. We have the level 80 Murder Monkey. It's great to have you. It's great to have you, as always. Are your CD holder broken plastic parts too? You know what? With these, I used to work at a CD store, so I replaced all the spindles. I made sure that all of them are nice and safe, because we don't want the discs popping out and getting scratches, right? It's the last thing we need when we're collecting. The mod seems cool, but I have a Mac and can't run the mod, so I have to figure out Windows emulation. Yeah, it is tricky. You could do Linux. I know there's one amazing person out there that's trying to work Dark Cloud Enhanced into Steam Deck. So maybe you can hold on a little bit longer. But yeah, the PS1 had some great RPGs. Great RPGs. I have them all kind of behind me up there, just waiting to be played. Not enough time to play them. I want to see if we have bombs or something that can lighten the load a little bit. I put my copies in a paper sleeve. That's a good way of avoiding, the discs being scratched up. It's always super satisfying seeing PS1 discs that are not scratched. The reason being, PS1 games came in these beautiful black CDs, right? Oh, you don't have the manual anymore. That's a shame. The manual's, it's quite beautiful. The art for it is like in full color. I'm sure you could find the manual online though. Like if you go on eBay, you could find it separately for maybe like 10 or 15 bucks. Yours had to be buffed. Oh no. Oh, that's how you know. Like for my copy of Dark Cloud, it was the same way. I had to buff my copy of Dark Cloud. Just because it's got so much playtime. We need New Game Plus so you can blitz through with Osmond. Oh, you already know. You already know. Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back in an attack. What? Okay. Alright, it's a good thing that we have the legendary hunter here. Oh, you have the manual, but not the plastic bits. You know what you can do? If you're American, you go to Savers. If you're Canadian, you go to Valley Village. And they sell the large like music CDs for like $2. You just get a replacement case for $2. And you can pop them in there, right? That's what I started doing after I stopped working over there. It was just much easier. Okay, what do you think it's going to be? What do you think the item's going to be? It could be a gem, it could be a rare item, or it could be a back floor. Let's see. Alright. Where is it? Where'd it go? We got the Sundew, so we get a round 2 of the back floor. And that's the most important thing, because we want to make sure that we could level up all the items, all the weapons rather. Okay. It's gonna be Steve. I wish. I wish. So we did rip. How do you say? The loot tables of Dark Cloud. So we know exactly what item is in what dungeon, what chest gives you what. We know if the big chests are better than the small chests for the Happy Clown. Unfortunately, the Dark Cloud Wikia didn't want that knowledge. They didn't think that knowledge was important. Ultimately, the Dark Cloud Wikia doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I think the most important thing is being able to embrace the community and embrace community involvement. And then when you have the community not working with each other, it's a terrible thing, really, you know? It's a terrible thing. There we go, that's better. Okay. How the Dark Cloud Wikia not think it's important? You know, it's egos. It's egos. It was something where that information was ripped by, there's Word of Wind and Mike Zord, who helped make the Dark Cloud Enhanced mod that we're playing today. So when they ripped those loot tables out, they wanted to make sure they could preserve it for the community, because it's really helpful for like speedrunners or people that just want to know more about the game, because the loot tables aren't in the strategy guide of Dark Cloud. And they were like, no, we don't want this here. They kept on removing it. Also the fishing tables too. The fishing tables. The person that's running the Dark Cloud Wikia is running it in a way where so how Wikias work is anybody can edit them. And that's a wonderful thing about Wikias. But this person wants this Wikia to be like their thing. So if anybody else adds something to it, they'll remove it. And they'll remove it for a reason that's not really legitimate, right? And that's counterintuitive, because as a community, we want to like build as much knowledge as possible, right? Hey man, listen, if your ego's not big enough to run something for the community, don't run something for the community, right? Because you're only holding other people back. And it's something where I had no real involvement with it, but it really broke my heart, because I'm like, come on, like we're all supposed to be on the same side, you know? We're all supposed to be on the same side. And from my experience, because I run the Dark Cloud, Compendium over on YouTube, but I also am the main contributor of Dark Cloud's cutting room floor page. The cutting room floor, anybody could edit that. Anybody could add and remove knowledge on there. So when people add things onto the cutting room floor page of Dark Cloud that I've been, you know, curating for 5, 6, 7 years, I'm pumped. I'm like, dude, let's go. This is great. Like somebody else is helping. I don't look at it like, oh, this person's coming in here and they're taking my thing. Because it's not my thing. It's not my toy. It's not my toy. It belongs to everybody. So how about you grow up and you let other people help, right? Because when you do that, it shows you're not a very big person, that you're not a man. But that's all I'm going to say about it. It really does boil my blood, because that person's disrespectful. And people like that have no place in the community. People, I think, should be kind to each other, and we should facilitate a community that fosters a lot of kindness to one another. That this community is a community where everybody belongs, right? We don't push other people out. We don't do any of that. So when people do that, it really does annoy me. I don't like bullies. I've never liked bullies. I have no respect for bullies. So people like that get no sympathy from me. You see that? We're down to $1. 1 gilda. I wonder what we could afford in this economy for 1 gilda. Not even a bar of soap. A bar of soap costs more. Well, a bar of soap is on par to resurrection powder. Makes you think about how things are. Like, if you pass away, what's more valuable, a bar of soap or a revival powder? I don't know. I guess it's all relative, really. So misfortune did strike. It was a great punish on the enemy's part. We did lose our wise owl sword. But we could always go back and buy another one, so that's what we're going to do right now. There we go. So first things first, we should probably get our bullions from Hag. And I feel so bad calling her that. Can we think of a better name for Hag? I think it should be like an old name. Like an old... Look at her, like she's not young. Maybe Helga? Griselda? Agatha? Agatha's pretty good. I get down with Agatha. And she's got that bling bling on her neck too. There we go. Helena's good. I like Helena. That's a cute name. Grandthilda. That's a good one too. We could go we can go the Latina approach and give her like 3 names, right? We can go Agatha, Helena, Grandthilda. She needs a last name, a great last name. Ooh, Helena Prison. You got Frugal. You got Frugal from Legend of Dragoon. What do you think about people who use the Broken Dagger glitch? That's a great question. I think with the Broken Dagger glitch, it was something that Level 5 never intended to be in the game. Level 5 actually did comment on it because people were using the Broken Dagger glitch even back in Japan in 2001. And they put out a statement saying, hey, you guys shouldn't use the Broken Dagger glitch because it'll glitch out your game. But I think the Broken Dagger is one of the most amazing glitches in all of gaming because it all could have been avoided by changing 1 byte of data. For more information on the mystery of the Broken Dagger, going through the history of how this glitch was found, I'm posting a link in the description in the chat. I did a video about 20 minutes long all about the history of the Broken Dagger. I think it's a great glitch for people that know how to pull it off, and the way the glitch works, it works with a data overflow, all by the inputs of the D-pad, right, inside of the item menu. And then, depending on how you move, it changes everything. It changes the amount of data that's overflown. So one of my favorite videos is the Broken Dagger history video. And fun fact, Level 5 talked about the Broken Dagger, acknowledged it. So, can you show it how it's done for research? You know what? I can't do it. I can't do it. It's easy enough to do. I've done it before in the past, but I don't remember how to do it, so I can't do it. Maybe if I remember, if I pull up the rules, but I can't do it. I'm not able to. That's one thing Hidden Castle can't. Northern Tommy, hey, it's great to have you back. Always, always. Can you show us how it's done? I think like what you do is you go over here and you... Oh, did I do it? Oh. It's like you move like this. No, like you grab something from the item and you move. I don't know. Yeah, Snorlax, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we patched it out. I think instead what we did was you input it like a cheat code. You go into the dungeon and then you click starts and then you input like a button prompt. So in the Dark Cloud Enhanced mod, there's a README file and it has all the cheats that you can do. So instead of going through and doing like this like weird, you know, item movement, you just put in a button prompt instead, which is much easier. It's a dangerous glitch. Well, that's what level 5 are saying. They're like, it could corrupt your save data. You shouldn't do this. Did you ever find the icon for the gold bullion very cozy looking? It really is, isn't it? I think it's a shade of gold they used. Like, look at that. It even has like a little twinkle if you look hard enough. A lot of the pixel art for Dark Cloud, I think, is very spot on. It really is. Very charming. The bread. Oh man, the bread's iconic. I'd love to eat that bread. I remember growing up, we used to get these little croissants for snack time during lunch. We used to call them Dark Cloud bread because they look like the bread from Dark Cloud. Those times were a little bit more pure, right? Magical times. I think you're supposed to move the gold bar all the way to the bottom and then press X till it happens. You may have to pull an ice on the gold bar. I think that's how it's done. But with the mod, we removed it. We patched it out. The lightning gem. It's funny you mention that because if you look at the texture, I think the textures for the lightning and the wind gem are more beautiful than the gems themselves. Because if you are able to extract the textures, they're very high quality, and it's almost like it's this swirl of just like color. And I want to see if I can pull it out. Hold on. So I do have the textures. Hold on. Texture. Where are you at? Damn, okay. I'll try to post them later on. But it's something great. I love the Dark Cloud icons. I think we all do. What were we... Did you see him teleport? Come on, man. What's going on with you? Yo, Claude's on that teleportation tip. Look at him. Where does his chin begin and his neck end? Who knows? Makes me think if the Dark Cloud soundtrack was on Spotify, that would be handy, because I know Level 5 and Sony recently put out the soundtrack on YouTube, of all places. Hold on. I want to see if I could do something. Give me a moment. There's something really cool. I just need to kind of pull it up. Damn. Okay. Can we do it? How do we do this? Add. Window capture. Okay. All right, we got it. There we go. Okay. So the idea is we're building out new scenes for Dark Cloud. New scenes for Dark Cloud. Could you imagine? Like, look at that. Isn't that cool? Let's try that one more time. Hold on. There we go. Justin, the super cool voice actor. We got Justin coming in. Great to have you, Justin. Hello as always. I want to see if we have more animations. I'm just trying to pull them all out because truthfully I wasn't prepared to do a bit of show and tell, but we're talking about the like a study mix, and the idea is doing a dark cloud study mix for long study sessions. Here we go. Okay. All right. We're getting a sneak peek here, folks. Okay. You ready? If you're ready, let me know. Are you ready? There we go. Where are we going? Border. Where's Mr. Castle? There we go. Winter capture. Okay, we're good? All right. Okay. All right. Ready? Okay, we got 1E. We got 1E. All right. Okay. I'll let it go one more time. So, I don't know. That's what we've been working on. So the idea is I want to create an extended secret ending to Dark Cloud. Think like an epilogue to Dark Cloud. And the idea is taking the dialogue that we have from Dark Cloud Enhanced and building upon that. The dialogue is dialogue. What if we're able to build new cutscenes? We're not able to, because with the Dark Cloud ISO and with Dark Cloud as a whole, you're locked in. You're not able to add anything new. So the way that I was able to get around that was by commissioning an amazingly talented artist, the uniquely talented Moon Bunny, to create animations in Unreal 4, I think it is, that we're using, or some sort of Unreal. I don't quite remember. So I've been paying him, and we've been slowly working on this extra ending for Dark Cloud. The idea is to give every character an additional scene, and this scene is going to be acted out, right? It's going to be acted out almost like the cutscenes you see in Dark Cloud when you play the game, but there's going to be more motion to it, right? So it's going to show what happened after the defeat of the Dark Genie. Everything is done respectfully, everything is done within canon, and everything is done as authentically as possible. The goal is to do every character, to do like an after scene for Goro, for Shao, for Ungaga, Osmond, and Ruby. Ruby just happened to be the first one. But after that, to get mileage out of the animation that we made, I think I'm going to try to post like a 24-hour Dark Cloud music mix to have people kind of like listen to Dark Cloud as it goes along, right? But that's it, man. That's what we've been going for. Animation is very expensive, and it's very time-consuming, so we've been kind of just plugging away at it little by little. There's more I could show, but unfortunately I'm not prepared, so I'm not sure if you guys want to sit through me trying to caveman my way into getting the files to work. If you want to, sure, I won't say no. But I'll just be honest. I'm hoping maybe by September it'll be ready, but it all depends on the animation. Animation takes time, right? And we're so talented. We have the most talented animator in the world working on it. Justin says, did you play Dark Cloud 1 at release? Yeah, man. I'm fucking old, man. I'm prehistoric. I'm older than I look. So when Dark Cloud came out, I was there, I wouldn't say day one, but I was there like maybe within the first like 3 or 4 months. And it's been a lifelong thing, really. It has. And Dark Cloud is very popular back, or popular as the kids say, back in the 2000s. I remember one of my first jobs I had, I would get people unstuck in Dark Cloud as a first hustle. they'd give me their memory card and like $2, and I'd get them unstuck, whether it be building the water line for Trent or defeating Lesaya. That was a popular one that used to get a bit of income for Dark Cloud. But that was like the side hustle, along with selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, was getting people unstuck in Dark Cloud. But yeah, it was very popular. It was. Dark Cloud 2, a little less so. I had friends that had it. One was a very large boy, and he sat on his disc of Dark Cloud, and it snapped in two. And it just so happened that he was the one guy that was lending it to everybody. So when he broke it, we all broke it. And I was like, ah. How old are you? Man, I'm fucking old. I'm old. That's good though. I'm happy to be old. It's a lovely thing. It's the ultimate pleasure in the world, because at the end of the day, it's a blessing, man. You see these gray hairs? I got gray hairs in my beard. Maybe it's not showing up, right? Fucking wrinkles. I fucking earned this, man. I earned this. It wasn't easy. Slug my guts. Did you see the Dark Cloud anime Ghost Stories? I think you're gonna hear about that this Monday. Oh, it's true. It's true. Yeah, that's gonna be the focus of Monday's video. Is Dark Cloud Forbidden Mysteries and Trivia, Dark Cloud's anime debut. For a lot of you who maybe missed out on Ghost Stories, Dark Cloud had an anime cameo in the animation Ghost Stories. Early 40s. Maybe. I hope. I wish. I won't say how old, but I'm fucking old. Yeah, so Monday's video is going to be all about Dark Cloud, lost media, history, trivia. The way I like to think about it is it's a continuation of the icebergs. The icebergs are not going to last forever. Just because I think I can't commit to it anymore, health-wise. And you've done like 5 icebergs, you know? So like how much? And each one's like an hour long, an hour and a half. BRB gotta lich to mash loops together. Oh, do it. I want to hear those music loops after. Yeah, like 5 icebergs is enough. I think it's more than enough. It's 6 hours worth of content. So the main thing though is like with my lungs, I can't record very long. What's going on here? What's going on here? Ah, there we go. So these little videos, like they're like mini icebergs, I like to call it, right? So I think you're gonna notice that it's a continuation to the Dark Cloud iceberg, right? Oh no! You see that? They gave us the Wise Owl Sword is fragile. Come on, man. Come on. Do we have a receipt? Could we return it? Does the Wise Owl return the Wise Owl Sword? I think we've been scammed. Like, who wants this? Do you guys want it? I can give it to you if you want it. We're not going with this. We're not putting up with this. And we can't change. Come on. Terrible. What a pity. Yeah, Justin, that'd be a really cool video. Kind of going into how you discover the Dark Cloud series. That'd be cool. Why not? Yeah, go for it, Alex. Let's hear it. Are those game assets? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. The whole... So you're asking about... Let's go back to it. Can we do it? Hold on. Let's see. There we go. The border. So everything you see here is taking place in King's hideout, right? That's all King's hideout. Let's pause it for a sec. Let's take a look. It's an ugly logo. I hope it disappears. There we go. That's better. All right. So what you have here is actually everything, a lot of the items from the back floors in Queens, from the Demon Shaft, different potions and different weapons. The idea is, as Ruby is flipping through the book, you're going to see like different parts of the journey from Dark Cloud. All of its in-game assets. The scene is rendered in Unreal, so we're able to achieve like lighting and graphics that wouldn't be possible in the PS2. A bit more sophisticated lighting, if that makes sense. But like this is all funded by the community, right? This is all funded by the community, and it's something where I wanted to pay my animator very fairly. So I'm gonna post it one more time. If you guys want to donate, feel free, because this is where the money goes. The money goes into making amazing content for you all. And animation it's not cheap. It's one thing I learned. It's not cheap, unfortunately, but it's worth it. And we're gonna be getting new Dark Cloud cutscenes. So that'd be pretty interesting for the community, you know, even if it's just, you know, fucking 40 seconds long. It's 40 seconds more than we had before, right? Let me just fix the camera because I disappeared. Let's bring game capture back. Thank you. Video capture back. Window capture. Everything is gone. There we go. There we go. And there we go. No, it's not what we want. There we go. Game captured. Window. Border. Okay, let's bring this one back up. There we go. Alright, we're good. We're back. We're back. Yeah, so it's all done with the game's assets that we ripped from the game's ISO, and the video itself will be posted for free on YouTube. And there's no like ads running on it. I'm not making anything off of it unless YouTube puts ads on top of it. Then that's YouTube being YouTube. You know, I'm not making anything off of the Compendium. So off of the YouTube ad revenue. So it's been an amazing journey kind of making this, and the animator Rogru is just so talented, and they're a really big Dark Cloud fan too. So I think it's a great project for both of us because we're both animation people. I was an animator for about 2 years and a half, give or take. So it's nice because we could finally take like our experience in animation and kind of cross it with our love for Dark Cloud. And it's cool. I think we all win. When the community is happy, we all win, right? Who's not winning is Mr. Hidden Castle with this Wise Owl sword. They ripped us off, man. They gave us a broken Wise Owl sword, and he knew. Look at this. Look at him. Look at the look on this guy. I had to poach him. He knows what he's doing. He knows it had fragile. He should have sold it at a discount or something, but what can you do? Okay, let's see if we can get... I'm going to save the game, actually. I'm going to save the game one more time, because I don't know. I don't trust this guy. He's a cute bird. I mean, I'd rather trust animals than people. Okay. But I've been burned once before. Hey, we have Christopher here. Christopher says, I made it to the last boss of Dark Cloud. Now, is that the Dark Genie, or did you go to the Demon Shaft? Because there's 2 last boss. I just sense fear. If you do that, then the fragile will pass on. Like a cancer. You don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to have that on there. Right? That's better. We might as well sense fear this, and then status break that onto the Wise Owl sword. I think that's a better idea. Okay. Let's go on down. Okay. Oh! I think it would be great to have Dark Cloud handheld, and you can just lie down in your bed or on your couch or in your coffin when you're old and gray, and you can just play instead of sitting upright the whole time. Now they think that... Hold on, before I speak, let's... Okay, we're gonna leave one more time. I'm not doing this. Fun fact, in Dark Cloud's files, in a text document, there is evidence of an item that was removed from the game. This item would have been used to remove the limited zones, to remove the weapon stipulations like the curses and all that. Would have been really handy to have that item right now. It's funny because they brought it back in Dark Cloud 2. I believe it's called the Scroll Breaker, I think. It's been a while though. Okay. Alright, see, it reduces abs. We're good to go. Alright. Oh, a mysterious enemy lurks around. So that means that we have a new monster here that's giant-sized. Okay, we're not taking this disrespect. Alright, so one time all use shall. The one time! There we go. See, it's because we superpowered her. We gave her all that quench, right? Gave her all that water. It's kind of funny, that stance that he goes into, the way his feet pitter-patter, right? A little pitter-patter of the feet. There we go. There we are. Perfect, perfect. All right. I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to finish this last floor, and then I might call it quits, just because I want to take care of my mom before she goes to bed. I want to make sure she's all good. Listen, the Dark Cloud community is great, but Mama Castle, she's number one, forever and always, right? We're not going out like that. So Justin, the super cool voice actor, says he'll tag me in it. Yeah, man, I'd love to see it. I would. And I remember Alex Smash was going to be posting some music on SoundCloud. Honestly, if they post it, we'll bring it over. What are we doing? Oh, you have to. You have to. Family first, it's always how it is, right? Where is it? Is it here? I got my dad to sign my copy of Dark Cloud. Right, this is before he passed away. So, I don't know. Dark Cloud family. Pretty cool concepts, right? Yeah, man, go for it. Go for it. I'd love to see it. Hear it. It's an audio-visual experience, right? I think I got into Dark Cloud a month or two ago when I started browsing the PlayStation Premium games. That, I think, is like the best reason for PlayStation Premium, is it becomes like a gateway to experiencing a lot of these classics. So I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that that you're into the Dark Cloud games even after all these years. I wonder, did you... My god. Okay, we're not going to lose. Did you play the games growing up, or was it your first experience with them? At one point in time, they removed them from the PlayStation Network altogether. I think it was like 2022, 2021. Boneheaded decision. I'm not even sure why they did that. All right. Oh, that's great. Okay. The good thing is this floor decreases all of the abs that you have. So having it be up all the way, I won't say no. I won't say no at all. So first experience, I'm playing it now and I'm midway through the Gallery of Time. I should be done the Platinum by the end of June. Hey, that's cool. That's great. Yeah, the Gallery of Time, I think, that's an intense dungeon, right? You get those drums, man. The bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. It's the drums of war, man. That's something else. That's how you know they're not playing, right? The story all comes together, especially with Seda as well. Would have been great to obtain Seda as a playable character there, like level 5 intended. So here's a fun fact. The ice gem is actually the garnet, or is it the topaz? It's the brown gem, but they painted it white to make into an ice gem. So they recycled the model. Ah yes, Haley Holy, our old adversary. Yeah, Seal Break, like Dark Cloud 2, they re-add a lot of the cut content from Dark Cloud, made its way in some way, shape, or form in Dark Cloud 2 or Dark Chronicle. I keep on lifting my neck like this. I used to do a lot of weightlifting and a lot of like overhead. That was when I was much younger, and the consequence of that is I have a big neck. My neck isn't a cherry stem, but the neck isn't necessarily the most stable thing in the world. I can't look all the way left or all the way right anymore. So when I sit down and play video games long enough, it just starts to pop by itself. But it's good though. I don't regret it. You know, at one point I really wanted to do competitive lifting. I wanted to do that. It's unfortunate right around the time I wanted to do that was when COVID hit, so that kind of took a second seat to the world, really. Come on, baby. Do you have a donut to give you more energy? I wish. I wish. The idea is, see, this looks like a donut, but it's a shiny stone. If you go into the houses and you go in first person with the R2 button, you can actually discover a lot more chests that are hidden away behind like sofas and couches and different rooms. So my recommendation to you, Christopher, is when you're playing the game, go into every house in first person, because there's a lot of things you could see that the game is hiding away in plain sight. So the newest Dark Cloud Compendium video will be coming out Monday. It'll be coming out this Monday. I'll say it one more time, Monday, because YouTube, for some reason, never puts out these videos. You release the videos, and every time people are like, well, I didn't know a new video came out, because YouTube doesn't notify anybody. YouTube being YouTube. The tracks I'm uploading, do note I'm saving up for a real DAW so I don't have to use free loops. No, man, do it up. It's, you can give Picasso ketchup and soy sauce and mustard, and Picasso would still make you an amazing piece of art. It doesn't matter what the limitations. All the videos that I make them through Windows Movie Maker. You know, so that's like the most bare basics video creator in the world. But it's the talent. I maybe didn't realize that, you know, these videos that are like 2 hours long with these hyper intensive edits are all done in Movie Maker. It's because I've gotten really, really, really good at using Movie Maker. So the point I'm trying to make is if you're really talented, you can do anything with the bare minimum. So I'm excited to hear it. And in case the stream ends and we don't get a chance to hear it, just comment it on one of the posts, on one of the community posts, and I'll listen to it afterwards for sure. Hey, we have Mysticles here. It's great to have you. Funny story, Mysticles was streaming yesterday, and Mysticles is one of my most favorite video creators on YouTube. He has a channel that talks about collecting and different games that they're playing, a lot of old school video games, but it's really genuine and it's really from the heart. And it seems like a channel that popped like right out of 2009, which is the best compliment I could give. That era of YouTube is just the golden age. So the golden age era with the golden age creator, Mysticles, one of the best in the world. So happy to have you here as always. I don't know if you ever heard of this game, Mysticles. It's called The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's what we're playing today. It's a great game. It only came out on the 3DO though. Not a lot of people played it. It may look like Dark Cloud, but it's not Dark Cloud. It's Legend of Zelda on the 3DO. Oh, it's true. It's true. Zelda didn't come out on 3DO. It came out on the Philips CDI. That's what it was. There we go. No, it's genuine. It's from the heart. It really is. It really is. Like Mysticles' channel. Like at one point in time, I went by and I just binged like all of your content and all of your shorts, and I kind of forgot. I'm like, oh, like I'm friends with this guy. And it just, it was really cool because I'm like, you're just a really cool video creator. So having that, I'm like, it's a small world, man. It's a small world. If Random Thew, oh yes, Hidden Castles Dark Cloud stream. I actually started a brand new Dark Cloud playthrough the other day. Hey, it's great to have you. It's great to have you pop by as always, Random Thew. Alex says he has some organizing to do. I don't remember if some of them are up to date, as one of them is kind of unfinished. Honestly, with musicians or artists, I think we're very particular. We're never really finished with something. We just become perfectionists. Sometimes it gets in our own way, right? The perfectionist. The work of a perfectionist is never done. Oh. There's no way around it. Goro is well and truly dead. Well, he died the same way as his old man did, beneath a pile of fungus. That's okay, that's okay. It's alright, it's alright. I've been on the hunt for the Zelda Killer PSM. I'll let you know if I come across it, along with the Dark Cloud cards. At one point in time, the PSM issue was pretty common to find, but now I find it's a lot of PlayStation magazines. It's harder and harder to come across. But I think like one or two often come up on eBay every month. Stand-in powder. Alex Smash says you have to release your project at some point, otherwise it'll be like Duke Nukem forever. The saddest thing in the world. Okay, so for some of our newer players, Duke Nukem Forever was a game that was being developed for about 15 years. There's some poor souls that began that game, and that was their first game they ever developed. So they were caught in like a deadlock. They couldn't quit this terrible job because it's the only game they have on their resume. So if they were to leave 10 years of their life, their resume would be 0. If they stay, the game's not coming out for 15 years, and they were being paid like minimum wage at the time, which was nothing. So yeah, release those projects. Don't be like Duke Nukem Forever. It came out and it wasn't even very good. It's a shame, really. We have Tierlac. Hey Hidden Castle, I got a Steam Deck a few months ago, and the first game I want to emulate was Dark Cloud. Sadly, the randomizer and enhanced mods don't work on Linux devices. I want to guide you to the right place. I know that users were able to use an application called Wine on Steam Deck, and they were able to get Dark Cloud Enhanced running on the Steam Deck through Wine. How exactly? I'm not quite sure, but we have a Dark Cloud Enhanced community Discord. I'm going to grab you the Discord link and toss it to you, because a lot of people were able to get it working. So if they're able to get it working, I'm sure they're more than willing to help you out with it as well. So let me know if that works out for you. Cool. If it doesn't work out, comment on a video and we'll try to do some like troubleshooting together. We'll try to figure it out as best we can. Only heal by leaving the dungeons. Also, no drinking water, so health is consistently down, and no antidotes for status effects, no talismans, no throwables. We'll do that, but only for Xiao. Only for Xiao. Xiao's the only character that deserves that. Everybody else can eat. Everybody else can have talismans. Hell, everybody else can have status effects. But Xiao, she won't have anything at all. That's it. I was always a dog person. I'm kidding. Xiao's cute. We like Xiao. She's alright. The best cat in the world. Xiao was my favorite character to write for Dark Cloud Enhanced because I always imagined her like a mischievous Mickey Mouse from like the black and white era. Mischievous with a heart of gold, right? So it was always fun getting her into these little problems with other characters. The most fun character to write, I think. I love Xiao. Animal abuse. The way you spelled that was A-B-O-O-S-E. I like that. I like that. I'm saying it's a fresh way to play Dark Cloud. Honestly, that's 100% correct. That's right. It's like a Nuzlocke for Dark Cloud, right? Tierlac, I know of Wine, but I don't know how to get it to communicate between the mods and the game. 100%. Jump on the Discord. Other people have done it. Other people have done it. If I knew how to do it, I would have stopped the stream right now to help you. But unfortunately, I've never done it before, and I'm not a very tech-savvy person. But I know other people have, so it's worth it to jump in and to do the... Even if you don't have a Discord account, just make a Discord just for this, and people will help guide you through it. 2 cats. You know, I love cats. I love cats. Someone very special to me is a cat person. So because of that, I love cats. Because they like cats. I think the biggest thing that bothered me about the Dark Cloud games, as someone who was playing them for the first time, was a lack of character customization. I'm glad that you could switch characters with the mod. Yeah, you know, it's funny you mention that, because that's what was always intended, right? That's what was always intended, but Sony locked up Level 5. They didn't give them the time they needed to implement that feature. But with Dark Cloud 2, or Dark Chronicle, depending on where you are, you could customize the character's appearances, which was a big concept. It was a big idea for a PS2 game at the time. Does Dark Cloud Enhanced work on PS4? As of now, no. Stop it. Flee. Come on. How Dark Cloud Enhanced works is... Let me see if I can get this going. Hold on. I want to see if I can show you. No capture. Give me 1 second and I'll show you how it works. See, this is what I mean by the wine thing. I could barely even get the stream working. What would it be? Window capture? Video capture? Let's try video capture. Okay. Webcam? No, okay, it's not the one. Hold on. I'm literally a grandpa, like when it comes to this sort of thing. Let's not do that. Okay. Let's try to window capture, okay. And select window capture. Aha! There we go. I'm a grandpa, but I'm a smart grandpa. Dark enhance one. There we go. See? Awesome. So, sorry. It's not ideal, but we'll do it just for now. So this is a Dark Cloud enhanced mod window. Alright? So how the mod works is where's my copy of Dark Cloud? I don't have a copy of Dark Cloud. Pretend this copy of Ape Escape is Dark Cloud. So as the game is running in real time, this program is injecting new code into the game, right? Because modifying the contents of the game would be illegal. So to keep us safe legally, what we did was create a program, which is what you see over here, right? This is the program. And that program is able to inject new code in real time. So you're able to get all the new features and all the new things and everything, you know? And then when you close the mod program, when you close this, everything will go back to normal with the game, right? Tierlac says, not to be rude, but are you sure you have the right audio device being captured for the stream microphone? I think so. I think so. I hope so. Mic audio. Okay, so let's click the little dots. Properties. Default. I think you might be right. Okay, does that sound better? Am I using the Yeti microphone now? Let me know. It's good you pointed that out. Hold on, let's see. Properties. Let me know if I sound better. Use default timestamps. What does that mean? Okay. I was right. You were right. This is what I mean, Tierlac. I think it was Northern Tommy. He was saying that the streams have been getting better. We're only getting better and better, right? Because I barely even know how to run this. I appreciate the tip, though, my friend. You're an angel. God bless you. Alex Burris. Alec, hey, it's so great to have you. You just snuck in under my big nose. I'll tell you what. Why were the underwater levels in this game so scary? It's Lasaya, man. It's the ghost of the shipwreck. I'll boost the game audio a little bit for you and let me know. A lot of people were complaining before about the game audio being too loud, so I turned it down a little bit. Christopher says, have you heard of Blue Dragon? Have you seen the Blue Dragon cartoon? I love me some Blue Dragon, man. Blue Dragon and Mistwalker Studios, Lost Odyssey. They're all made by Sakaguchi-san, the creator of Final Fantasy. Great RPGs. The anime I remember seeing all those years ago when I was young, but I haven't seen it recently. But it was very special because it was a Toriyama anime that came out after Dragon Ball Z ended. So that was a big deal at the time. Hey, I'm happy the audio is better. That makes me feel much better. That means next time we're gonna be, 110%, right? I'm still new, man. I'm a baby, I'm a baby. So if you look at the options, so this is the suite that we have to work with over here. So you could enable graphical improvements, which basically makes the game adds like anti-aliasing and different lighting effects that make the game better. Oh Lord. And then from there, you can increase the frame of view. So what that means is the draw distance is much further. You could see more of the game, right? Level 80 Murder Monkey, Mistwalker's Fantasian, Neo Dimension was great. I love Fantasian. My favorite thing about the game was the it was like, I don't know how to describe it. They built everything in claymation, and they took pictures of it and they superimposed the characters in it. So it looked like an old like Super Nintendo, PS1 like computer generated video game with very like set camera angles, but everything was dynamic, and it just had a wonderful story. I loved Fantasia. I didn't beat it though. I got to the sand ship, and then from there I got distracted. Alec, that's so kind of you to say. I really appreciate you. I really do. And I remember you. I remember everybody, but I remember you as well. So it's great to have you come on by. Fantasia, it's a diorama RPG. You can mute all the characters, so this was... it was a suggestion that came from Hidden Castle. Because growing up, a lot of the characters, I play the game, and my older brothers, and I have many older brothers who I love very, very dearly. And as older brothers do, they like to break your balls, you know? They break your balls a little bit. They'd be making fun of me as I play when the characters make those sounds when they attack, and you attack often. So I was like, you know what? Can we just mute them? Can we shut up that cat? Can we finally do that? Alex says, do you want me to post the SoundCloud link in the Discord? Dude, post it here. Post it here. Let's listen to it here, if I can find a way to listen to it. Sir Zelda Knights. Dude, that's a hell of a name. Personally, I think Dark Cloud having 6 characters feels a little too much in terms of leveling them up. Leveling up a weapon's stats feels like a lot. Multiplying it by 6 feels a little too thin. I see where you're coming from. I really do. And you're right. You're entirely right, you know? I think Dark Cloud 2 had a good way of doing this because it was 2 characters, and every character had 2 weapons. So it almost felt like you had more characters than it was, you know? But, I like lots of characters. I like playing as them. It was a novel concept, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Who knows, right? Alec, let me know if you post it. Right now it's not showing up. Maybe the spam bots took it off. If not, then we could post it in the Discord and the off topic. And then we could kind of go from there. The devs solved that in Dark Cloud 2. Yeah, they definitely did. Now let's get this window capture off. I can figure out how to do that. I totally forgot we'd paused it right before Tone's demise. Dark Cloud 2 had the... If you can't see it... Yeah, I can't see it. So, if you're on the Dark Cloud Discord, post it on off topic. YouTube blocked it. Rats. Well, we gotta find some way to listen to it. I'm curious. I want to hear your music, bro. I'm a music guy. I love all music. I think music's wonderful, especially when you have musicians being independent. But join the Discord server. Dude, do it. Honestly, it's the best community out there. It's very regulated. There's a lot of rules. It's very protected. And the mods are very active. The users are so kind and so giving, and it's honestly the best community out there. It's in the Discord. Which channel did you post it in? Music. Okay, maybe I'm silly. Maybe I didn't look at the music one. Can you tag me? When you post it, just tag me. Add like a little @ Hidden Castle. I'm not seeing it. When you post it, tag me. You post it, tag me, and it'll give me like a little ping, right? Dark Cloud 2 is better because you have 4 in the mod Discord. There we go. That makes sense. All right, let's go. Let's go from there. Okay. All right, hold on. So first things first, I think we gotta mute the game. There we go. Second thing second. Okay, so how do we do this? Add. Okay. I disagree. I don't think Dark Cloud 2 is better. Honestly, they're both amazing games. I like to think of them as like chocolate and vanilla, right? I think they're both really good at what they do, and that's being the greatest Dark Cloud RPGs in the world. How do I get okay, desktop tab. That's probably how we do it. Is it desktop, right? There we go. Oh, we should probably hold on. Display capture, game capture, display, display. No. Okay, hold on. Oof. Okay. All right. We can do this for now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, geez. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm just trying to problem solve right now. I'm just trying to figure this thing out. Okay, cool. So let's do desktop capture. The idea is I just don't want. Where's desktop? Display. How do you capture Windows? Okay, all right. Image, slideshow, media. How do you capture Chrome? Google Chrome. How do you do that? Browse. What would that be? Browser. Dude, there we go. Okay. Is that how it is? Okay, URL. That's not how it is. Rats. How many hidden castles does it take to capture a browser? Media source. Should be desktop audio. Okay, let's try that. Desktop audio. Would it be audio input capture or audio output capture? I think it'd be audio output, right? Default, Yeti, no. Audio input, maybe. Audio input. Let's try that. No. I think we've gotten a little too messy right now. Hold on. Media source, go to that. No capture, let's go to that. Window capture, let's get rid of. No, let's leave that. Still no luck? I'm just trying to figure it out. Video capture, media source. I just want to try to capture the browser. The browser for it. Unless I could like download the video file, the audio file. Image, display capture, color browser. So browser should be it. Add existing, maybe that's it. Okay, create new, let's try that. URL, let's try this. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay. I think we did it. Okay. So browser. Let's make this bigger. I was always a people person. I was never a computer person. So this to me is like, all right, it's a medal. I did it, mama. Okay. So accept. Let's cancel this. All right. Think it should have a title. I think it should have the title of being the best song in the world, really. Actual thoughts, though, like for realsies thoughts. I could hear the drum loops, the loops that you were saying, the guitar loops and all that. It doesn't, I wouldn't have caught on to it if he didn't mention it, though. I wouldn't have thought like, oh, this is all done by a free program or whatever. No, like I think it's great. I think it's a great tune. It's very intense. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. I think if that's what you're going for, if that's the emotion you're going for, dude, you're fucking spot on, man. And what it comes down to is it's music, man. It's from the heart. It's like a fingerprint. What you did, no one else could have done. No one else could have done, right? And if that's the best one you have, then that's a launching off point. It's it's a great tune. It's a great tune. Forever in our ears and forever in our heart. But for now, let's see if we can get this back and working again. Maybe we just forever froze it. You good? Let's see. Aha! We're getting the hang of this, man. I'm no PewDiePie. I'm better looking. My streams aren't as good. Don't know how to run it, but that's okay. That's okay. Ba-bum-bum. I feel like I missed a couple of chats, though. I'm not saying Dark Cloud 1 is bad by any means. It's just, in my opinion, Dark Cloud 2 does everything Dark Cloud 1, but better. That is the entire point of a sequel, right? That's a good sequel when you do that. I think Dark Cloud 2 did everything better, leaps and bounds, but the one thing that was a little, like a little bit of a misstep was the elements, like going back to Conda, back and forth. If they're able to like make Conda a part of the Georama menu, just so you mitigate those loading screens of going back and forth, like playing on real hardware, the disk time, the load times on the disk could be quite strenuous. But I love Dark Cloud 2. I think you could probably say that. You could probably say that, and say that with honesty. That Dark Cloud 2 does everything better. Well, it's really nice when a sequel does that. Yeah, like I'm thinking Street Fighter 2, superior to Street Fighter 1, Rayman 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Sonic 2. But Sonic 1 had some good vibes. Had some good vibes in Sonic 1. It's very hard to find a sequel that really like improves everything. But I think Dark Cloud 2 is like, it's pretty fucking close, right? Dark Cloud LAN Party. 5 friends and 5 consoles and 5 monitors. Man, Peter, that's a great weekend. That's a great weekend. I'm down. I wish we'd be invited to that. I think the stream might be ending real soon, Tommy and Alex. So in case the stream is over, it's not goodbye, it's just sayonara, right? Maybe have Conda and Georama. That's what I was thinking. Like if you could have, if we were ever gonna do like a Dark Cloud 2 enhanced, and unfortunately I don't think that's gonna happen. I really hope somebody else in the community would be able to do that for us, just because now we've all become so busy. But I really hope that if somebody does do a Dark Cloud 2 enhanced, you could put Conda in the Georama menu, or find some way to like link the Georama menu when you click triangle with the shop menu for Conda, or a shop menu of some sort, just so you don't have to keep on going back and forth. Aside from that, Dark Cloud 2 is like, it's a near perfect PS2 RPG. And when you have a console with other RPGs like Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts 2, like when your competition is the all-time greats and you're still standing on the shoulders of giants, with a new developer level 5, they hit that ball out of the park. They took that ball and they ran with it. It's inspiring, really. They went from a nothing studio to the Dragon Quest studio in the span of about 4 years. It's talent, man. It's talent. It's hard work. It's dedication. It's glitching, apparently. That's okay. That's okay. Alex, great to have you back. And everybody, thank you for your patience. You know, I know it takes a little while for Hidden Castle to get something going, but that's okay. Good things come to those who wait, they say. Oh, geez Louise. There we go. Oh, man, Champions of Norath, the EverQuest games. Good shit, man. Good shit. I played the first game. The sequel I don't have. It's like Champions of Arms or something of Arms. I don't have that one. But Champions of Norath and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, those games are amazing dungeon crawlers for the PlayStation 2. We're just breaking everything, man. Return to Arms. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. That's a game that I remember seeing all the time in the Rogers video for rentals. But it was always being taken out. But the good thing that Champions of Norath has that Baldur's Gate will never have is 4-player local co-op. I don't know if you guys ever use a multi-tap, but good times were had. Good times were had. And many pizzas were eaten, and it was a lovely time to be alive, I'll tell you what. Okay, this floor reduces abs. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, it was I think Snowblind Studio. I think they either went bankrupt or I think Bethesda bought them and then they went bankrupt, something like that. Not Bethesda, BioWare, or maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, Snowblind Studios. They got their stuff stolen from Interplay. Interplay stole their engines, and they made that Fallout game, the Fallout Brotherhood of Steel on PS2. Another great top-down RPG, but a terrible Fallout game. Oh, online multiplayer on the PS2? I could never figure that out. I remember a friend of mine, wasn't a friend, was a family friend, really. He used to play Final Fantasy Online, and we never saw him for months and months. Lord of the Rings, dude. That's a good pause. You're gonna laugh. Oh, my back. So here's my VHS copy of Lord of the Rings. Guess how I spent my Friday night, 12 and midnight, watching Lord of the Rings with some pizzas. Dude, some good shit. Chris, it was great to have you. Take care and be well. Hope you get to come on by next time as well. Enjoyed the madness, enjoyed the conversation. With Hidden Castle, you never know what you're really going to get, but you're going to get authenticity and you're going to get entertainment from the heart. So I'm very happy that you came by, my friend. Take care of yourself. Yeah, man, I'm a big VHS guy. Big on VHS, CDs, records. I'm crazy like that. My goal is to get the Dark Cloud Compendium on VHS for next year. Well, let me show you. Hold on. So this is something I'm kind of working on right now. So it's a soundtrack to Dark Cloud 64. Here's a track listing on the back. The reverse cover. The real cover. And then this is really cool. So the way I did it is I did it on vinyl CD. You can see the ridges. Like it's on vinyl CD. Look at that. I don't know if it shows up on the camera. But I did this all myself. It's all handmade. You're going to have to find Mr. Hidden Castle's fingerprints on the back of it. But everything all done. The special thanks in here. So if Canada Post wasn't going on strike, this would have been on sale this June, along with the Dark Cloud VHS tapes. But unfortunately, that's going to have to wait, I think, maybe until next year. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Either next year or Christmas. There's no point releasing them in a time where people aren't going to pick them up, right? Because the whole idea is to like sell these things and then bring that money into the compendium to kind of make the videos better. Dark Cloud 64? What could that be? Oh man, Dark Cloud 64. So Dark Cloud 64 was a April Fool's project that I got working on for the Dark Cloud Compendium. So I made a soundtrack for an RPG that never existed for April Fools, Dark Cloud 64. The soundtrack was done authentically using N64 instruments, all done with the N64 sound fonts. So here's the first one for Dark Cloud 64, and I also did Dark Chronicle, Dark Cloud 2 N64 this year for April Fools. All the music was remixed by myself. I put them all together, and a lot of the Dark Cloud Compendium is all DIY. You know, it's Mr. Hidden Castle putting it all together, not knowing what he's doing, but figuring it out along the way, right? That's okay, because that's how we do it, man. It's from the heart. It's genuine. So the idea was, what would Dark Cloud be like if it was an N64 RPG? And it was kind of a reimagining of the soundtracks of Dark Cloud and Dark Chronicle in the N64 sound font. So I used Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. I think Banjo-Kazooie as my base for the instruments. From there, each one is about an hour long. Oh, Marshall, all love back. All love back to Marshall. Earthium, I didn't know you'd still be streaming. I didn't know either. Time doesn't exist, apparently. Someone else said something. What was it? Oh, Mike Zilla. Hidden, when are we getting 1080p streams? Truthfully, the internet that we got now is like some advanced, like fiber optic, like 6G connection. So I'm sure I could probably even do like 4K streams. It's more so like, could I figure out how to do that? Let's figure out how to crawl before I learn how to walk, before I learn how to run, right? If the streams take off and do better, I'll get a better camera, I'll get a better microphone, better equipment in general. Now, it's not saying the equipment is garbage. The equipment is great. It's better than most people. But it's just something where I'd much rather figure out as we go along, right? I don't want to bring someone in and be like, hey, how do you get this stream to be like, 4K or whatever? If it's me and you guys are teaching me, I want to do that. I want to learn. And I love to teach. But having somebody just do it for you, that's lazy, I don't want to do that. I'd rather make mistakes along the way and just figure it out. That's the Hidden Castle way, You just experience, right? Life's an experience. Tierlac says, the Dark Cloud 64 character models remind me of Katamari art style. Yeah, the art was made by a very great Dark Cloud artist in our community. That's the one thing that I outsourced, was the album art. It was done by the one and only, the amazing Kazarov. And if I had Dark Cloud 2s, I would have showed you that, but unfortunately I didn't get around to making that. But they did a wonderful job, and they take commissions. I commissioned them and paid them very fairly for their work, and I'm so happy that we're able to collaborate 2 years in a row with Dark Chronicle and Dark Cloud N64. I must have forgotten about the video, because I have time on the N64 video. Maybe it played by itself, like maybe fell asleep and the video kind of just played. That's how it is for me. There we go. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do for next year's April Fools, because the Dark Cloud 64 idea was something I was working on for a little while. I wanted to do for a little while. So for next year, I think... Oh, sorry, we got stuck on the wall. For next year, I think we're going to think outside of the box a little bit, right? I had an idea, but I don't want to speak it out, because I think it's a pretty big concept idea. It's not a very long video, maybe about 40 seconds, but I think it's a very satisfying video to watch. Kind of something in good spirits, bringing Dark Cloud 2 and Dark Cloud together, but we just have to make sure it's possible first, right? Sorry, hold on. Sometimes you hover your mouse over a thumbnail, plays the preview, it gets logged in your YouTube history. Oh, yeah, that could have happened, maybe. Oh, no, we're not dying again. I just want to get those bonuses, man. Those sweet, succulent bonuses. Okay. Both of them are kind of terrible. That's okay. Dude, I'm totally blind. Do we have the items or not? No, we don't. Okay. Hidden, if you check Iposvox Discord, he's selling a crap load of webcams for cheap that are 4K. Do you want to see this face in 4K? I don't know, man. Yeah, we should probably grab those cameras. What we have right now is I think it's 1080p. It was an old Logitech camera. We got the mustache key. Okay, I think we're not gonna die twice. Let's just use. Yeah, Alex. So what I'm gonna post is the link to the Dark Cloud community Discord server. So it's a Discord server that's by the community for the community, and is there a way? Maybe this will work. Let's try it like this. No, I can't post a link. YouTube's not letting me. It's too long in the character count. But if you go in any of my videos descriptions, you'll find it'll say link to the Dark Cloud Discord. But we're over 1,000 users. It's very modified. The mods are there. It's very observed by the mods, rather. And it's a great, safe place for people just to come in and enjoy the community and enjoy the games, no matter who you are or if you're a reptile person or not. No, it's not the mod Discord. It's the community Discord. They're two separate Discords. They're two separate ones. The community one's it's much bigger. It's much more active, I think. Maybe switch sound fonts. Dark Cloud 1 with Dark Cloud 2 sound font, and vice versa. Yeah, like there was something I wanted to do. I think we heard Dark Cloud 64. It would be cool to see Dark Cloud 64. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be the way to push that idea forward. And I have a bad habit of biting more than I chew, but that's okay. I'd rather drown in ambition than be starved from mediocrity, right? That's the idea that I want. I'm like, well, we heard Dark Cloud 64. Now, what if we can see Dark Cloud 64? What if there's a way? Because I haven't been an animator in a long time. But what if there's a way I can get an animator to do like a video demo of a Dark Cloud 64, like a Norrøn Village, something fan made, something non-profit. That's just like a YouTube thing that just shows like a little fan game that is in N64 graphics running. But that's what I was thinking. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens. If we're still alive. If we're still alive. There we go. There we go. All right. Perfect. So it all comes down to how the Patreon does. If the Patreon's doing really well, then everything will be great, right? Everything will be great, and the videos will kind of be a little bit more robust. That's what I love about the Patreon. At the same time, just watching the videos and sharing the videos, that's enough. Just being there is enough, right? Not everything has to be a big concept, right? It's having an audience and having people that are willing to come by month after month after month and watch these videos. It makes every... Did you see that? Look at that. Come on. Come on. We're breaking gravity here. My boy fell through the floor. What am I supposed to do? I don't want to make it worse. Are you seeing this? How? How'd that happen? It was a glitch in the Matrix. What if we go in first person? He's stuck. He can't move. He can't get out. Oh, no. No. I never had this happen to me before. Never, never. Okay, let's see if... I guess we have to warp out, eh? God damn. Terrible, terrible. I'm going to post the PayPal donation. If anybody wants to support the Dark Cloud Compendium, I'd appreciate it. No worries at all. You're all superstars. What's your favorite Dark Cloud Village dungeon area? Oh man, that's a tough question. And it'd be great to hear everybody's as well. We'll kind of read through it maybe if we have time. I really like the Demon Shaft. I think the Demon Shaft, the exterior is really unique and it's very mystical. It's very thought provoking. The idea of, like, as a child, I'd always look at the clouds and imagine, like, because you see clouds as almost like the constellations of the mist, right? Is there a village in the clouds? Can there be people in the clouds? But seeing a video game interpret that as having a floating landmass suspended in the sky with a tower larger than life itself, that caught me, and it caught my imagination. Never let go. Um, Come on, what's going on here? You see this? I clipped through the floor. I don't blame you. I clipped through the floor too. Favorite dungeon though. And I don't want to say Demon Shaft again because it would be Demon Shaft. I don't want to cheat. Wise Owl Forest because it gave me my love for Mother Nature. It really opened my eyes and it made me want to explore the forests and the nature that we have around us. Tierlac says Queens or the forest. I like hanging out in Queens. Murder Monkey. Ooh. Never get sick of seeing that name. The sunken ship is pretty cool. Well, I agree. I've never done the Demon Shaft. You should try it. You should try it. I think 100 floors is overkill, but I also love that. It's the ultimate gauntlet for the ultimate competitor. But I was never able to finish it as a child. I think I got to like floor 60 or 50. I'd come back to it every now and then. But I think I'm going to save the game for now. And I think, because I got a text message, I want to make sure that my mom's all good because she's going to bed soon. There we go. Alex Smash says Sunken Ship is a vibe. It definitely is. I think the ultimate vibe is getting together with all of you. Like, how has it been like 6 hours? I don't even know. All I know is that time doesn't exist. Time stands suspended in thin air when you're with good company. Time flies. I'm very happy that we all were able to spend this weekend together. And I hope whoever is watching this away from the stream was able to find, away from the live stream, the live aspect, was able to find the conversation between the community thought provoking. I think we all learned something today, and that's that Goro's so large that he could break the very physics of nature and fall through the floor. Adios and take care. I love you all and be well. Hey, there's a new video coming out real soon. The Mysteries of Dark Cloud. I hope you check it out and leave a comment. It's a small thing, but it does help the Dark Cloud Compendium. It's the only way YouTube will put you out at all is if you like and comment on the video. It's small. It's difficult for the small creators, but what isn't small is our passion and our love for what we do best. And let's play these video games, man. That's what it comes down to. Be well. Bye for now.